passed so fast.
Are we hearing Yen?
Yen, yeah, I'll take Yen. All right,
Yen.
let's do it.
All right, Yen on the board for
Lucy.
Pilsky's
Hello, Ronin.
team. All right, pretty promising. Now we need for Big Time. Who are you missing over here? You need somebody from RRQ. So chat, if you can help out Big Time, give him a player from RRQ to round up his roster.
Come on. I need to know what you think.
Someone says dubstep. All
Someone
right,
says Forsaken.
Get him in the team. Bring him back.
What's up, Dubstep? I know you're watch partying right now.
Throwing the ideas. I need RRQ players, chat. I need RRQ players.
RRQ players.
RRQ.
We're looking for RRQ here.
I'd love to get Forsaken in, but he's not playing today.
There's a lack of. Somebody says minimize.
Minimize.
Where there's a lack of yellow.
Minh Hoàng.
Over here.
Verify.
Okay.
Somebody give me an RQ.
Đến giờ là chúng ta lại xem.
So what's the name?
What is it?
Boy. It's Emilio Marmot with Monye. Spelt with a 9. I don't know why there's a 9 in there.
Emilio Marmot. He says Monye.
Monye is a player who I have a tremendous amount of experience with. I coached him in 2023.
Dude.
And I think he's truly exceptional. I think excellent choice to help round on my team there.
I think your team's going to destroy mine, I'm not going to lie. But there's a chance that Gien is the ultimate ranked demon.
True.
And I'm going to be alright.
Yeah.
Hey, these are looking pretty good. I do have some questions, but I think those are also going to be answered as we see our matches today, especially since your teams will be, you know, we'll decide this little rivalry here based on the ACS of that you have chosen here. So we're going to leave them here. We're going to leave them here for the rest of the series today, or rather the rest of the broadcast today, and see how well you guys do.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, by the way, about your rosters?
I'm feeling okay about it. I feel like I have a couple more risks than Big Time. I think Big Time's got the safe fix.
Yeah.
And I should have thought more about the team limits, I'm thinking, because I was thinking Xpero's a great pick, but I actually think Jinbun, that you're thinking like a GM, you're thinking Jinbun, you know, coming in from DFM, that could be something that pays off, but he's also just been pretty consistent as well.
Yeah,
so I think that's a solid pick for Senti.
We saw Big Time behind the scenes. He had like his workout and he had like all of the rosters and he was crossing.
I do not want to lose.
He had graphs.
Yeah. He had charts. He had this like program running.
I think GE is better.
I didn't come here to finish bottom place. I'm here to win the prediction.
Honestly, that's kind of why I picked Gien as well, I think, because I'm thinking, look, your team's looking pretty strong, but at the same time, I could gamble on a rookie. Yeah. He could go absolutely ballistic today, and that could be the end of the day.
Hey, guess what? That's what some of these teams are doing exactly. Especially, you know, one of the teams on our first match of the day, for example, Global Esports, they're bringing in a lot of rookies to the Pacific stage, right? And as we know, you know, these names are tested, but not exactly on this level, not exactly on the tier 1 level.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of rookies at the moment in Pacific overall. I think it was almost half the league, and there's some caster teams going on here.
Team Secret was looking bad against India team in other event. I mean, it was an off season, and they play with the stand-in, and how say, the PC there was quite bad, I must say. But and one more thing is, like, I don't think Secret want to play those tournament because like other team can see that shot, you know. So all the off season we don't count.
Incredibly risky, or this is just talent that is untested on this stage but will do very well?
I think that for GE, this is picking a lot of players that they're pretty confident in. I think that Papi has been long overdue for a move up into tier 1. He's been a fantastic player for a long time. Crystal, we've seen him in back-to-back Ascension finals, and the last one that he was in, he did fantastic over in Ascension CN. And another player that did fantastic in Ascension CN as well, Yudatan and Freeing, were pretty much hard carrying Rare Atom. So I think with the addition of a couple more of the Filipino talents, and obviously Darion's just here as a stand-in for Patrick Huas, as far as I understand it, and they've had to shuffle the roles around a little bit, but I still think they've got an extremely strong team.
Yeah, I think one thing that's definitely worth mentioning with this roster is that they took their time to build it. They did long series of open tryouts to try and find the best players. So the coaches got to watch watch a lot of these players as well as the VODs that you would normally watch when scouting a player. They got to watch them first time in the server, see how they compare to their other kind of people who they might have chosen to pick, so you know that they're going to fit into the coach's system well because they've had a lot of time to sort of scout them out very thoroughly. So I'm expecting them to click well together as a very cohesive team because they've had such a long time to build it up. I do think Patrick Hu not being able to make it and Darion having to step in is a little roadblock for them. Obviously, if you have to swap anybody out, it changes things in how you have to practice and the styles. Just different people are different people, right? They play differently, they communicate differently. But I think they still had a decent amount of time. I'm not sure on the exact timeline, but I think at least a month or so to figure it out. So I'm expecting him to be able to slot in well.
Yeah, and that's my big question with the GE roster because they still have things to work out, right? Versus Team Secret that has already had so much time to work everything out. This is a roster that's coming in basically picking up where they left off, so to say. So I think coming in with Coach Meow, for example, that might be the only adjustment, but this roster is very, very comfortable with each other.
Yeah, they almost made their
mỗi ông cái effort luôn mà.
last year.
Đéo là nói chuyện ông nào à?
That split 2 for them was quite good. They took maps off Gen G, they took maps off T1. They competed well with the heavy hitters of the league. Now their off-season results have not been quite as good, but once again it's the off-season, so we don't want to look too closely into it. But this roster itself has definitely shown potential.
Yeah, I mean, off-season results being rough is a bit of an understatement. You can't be losing to an Australian team like Mika. Name an Australian player for me.
Minimize.
Oh, I hate you. Oh, I mean, barely a player. That's a bit of a stretch, but yeah, I think. Yeah, that's a rough run in the off-season for Team Secret. At the same time, though, that ASAPRED off-season tournament, that is a really rough format. A couple of best of ones and you're out on the first day, and I experienced that firsthand. So they've gone from a tournament that they won to maybe not having the result that they would have wanted. What is going on here? Okay, there's a bit of a metaphor going on here. You know, GE, they have completely torn everything out. They've rebuilt the entire house and come back with something new. You know, which roster are you preferring, especially in the coach positions? I think they've really elevated their assistant coach spot, as far as I'm concerned.
Excellent work. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think I understand where the rebuild has come from, and it's totally right for them to take it in a new direction. It does mean you don't have that kind of chemistry, though, that Secret will have, being a core for a long time. That is really important. Understanding how the people around you will react to situations is massive. GE don't quite have that yet, but it's definitely an interesting matchup.
Không, mình không chơi TFT.
I'm still looking at, you know, what production has done over here. I hope we see more of this kind of, you know.
We got to give a raise to the graphics.
I know the graphics were very, very popular last year as well. It is stepping it up.
I've been rooming with Big Time, and I'm pretty sure at least one of those bodies on the GE side is his actual torso.
Really?
Very true. They're actually all me.
Kiếm Philippines giờ kiếm người đỡ hơn mấy thằng này cũng khó lắm.
Well, as you mentioned, you know, off-season results are kind of, you know, they're arbitrary at this point for both of these teams, right? Because they've kind of kept their cards close to their chest, not exactly sharing much, and there isn't much on record to go off of. So I would say, despite what we're seeing on the screen over here, it's kind of a clean slate.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty fresh, and I think just to touch on a little bit, the graphic previously for Team Secret, they didn't change very much at all. They've kept things pretty much the same. My big concern for them is really the coaching staff slots, I would say, not having maybe enough coach support. They've got Coach Meow coming over from Boom, but some of the other coach additions to the other teams have got me a little bit more convinced than what Secret is bringing. But at the same time, you know, they did very well last year. They were one series really away from going towards an international event. So they have still been a very consistent, a very strong team. And, you know, they're going to back themselves as a result of that. They're going to feel like they were so close. They were almost there, and they just need that extra 1%. And maybe practice is what is going to make the difference here for them.
I have a question for both of you, know, as previous coaches. You know, you come into a team, and this is a
Mấy giờ ông bắn vậy? Mình không có
roster
bắn bạn đây.
with each other that basically have, you know, stayed together for,
Tổ chức ấn mà không có ông nào. Mình cũng thấy lạ là tại vì mình tưởng là tổ chức ở đâu thì sẽ phải có ít nhất một player đến từ nước đấy. Nhưng hóa ra là không. Không cần luôn.
themselves at a disadvantage or giving themselves a disservice in the Veto. I think it's really good to play Veto Chicken with some of the newer maps and make the other teams play it who are going to be just as uncomfortable as you are.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the Abyss pick from Team Secret. If I'm not mistaken, they played the KO Sova, the Ascent default comp.
Yeah.
With Ascent out of the pool, it was a map that was great for them. But they can take a lot of those fundamentals across, a lot of those combinations across, the kind of pairings will kind of naturally fit into this map with this composition. So it's kind of a way for them to use that. But then coming into Split for GE, we saw some interesting stuff from Split in GE when in the off-season they were running it with Sova, which has kind of been a controversial pick for a long time, but that speaks to their value of the Neon in the off-season. So obviously when using Neon, you don't have the raise to break all the trips, so you swap Sova in with the Shock Darts, which is a very nice and easy swap, even though it's not. So I'm curious to see if they still believe in Neon enough to bring the Sova in to complement that.
That seems to be like a running theme, like how much do you still believe in the Neon, right?
Yeah.
How many Pinoys do you think are going to fall off of this in this series?
Everyone.
Everyone.
I think everyone goes. You know, it's an important move. You gotta save your gun sometimes. So, sorry, eco round. You got to just get off. You don't want to give them the orbs.
You think everybody's gonna fall off,
Yeah.
take a tumble
I think
at some point
yeah.
in that map? Well, more predictions coming up. Our talent predictions. I just want to say.
Crazy.
I just want to say.
Nếu mà mình dự đoán thì mình cũng dự đoán GE thắng.
Originally, I said I didn't want chat. I didn't want to vote. Okay, I was like, please, no, don't let me vote. I voted no. I have evidence. I voted no for this. I just didn't want to choose. Do not make me choose. I'm very happy, by the way, that we have so many Filipinos over here. But this is difficult just because I'm like,
Yeah, I think it's really, really worth hammering the point home that the fact that almost everyone has gone for global is not a fair representation of how one-sided this matchup is. This is a
DS Academy hay là sao? Pacific thì Academy đéo gì?
Like most people saying they're going to lose this match. I think we are all getting carried away with just the big names that are coming into global. We all want to see players like Crystal, Papi, Yudatan, who've been popping off lately, especially in the tier 2, coming really strong to this season. But Secret have been a very consistent team.
Monjet trước đợt qua PayBreak thì cũng ở bên GE này đúng không ta? Đúng rồi. Bắn ở GE cùng với cả Texture đấy. Darion bắn Sentinel thì phải.
2-1 for global, so I'm expecting close. I'm expecting overtimes even, to be honest. I think
you want overtime?
I always want overtime. I'll stay here all day.
I don't know if Mika's blood pressure can handle it.
Yeah. Not for this particular series, please. Tita Mika might not be able to handle it at that point. But yeah, it's also there is also a fact that these, Papi and Kellyas, they have gone up against the core of Team Secret so many times in the past as well. These are players that they have faced up against. They know very well. They know their tendencies. Yeah. And there is that thing, right? When you're playing up against a team that you're so familiar with, an upset could very well be in play. Either way, whichever way that goes.
Yeah, I think there's that regional familiarity, not only from playing against each other, but some of these players have played on the same teams at times. Like a lot of this upcoming Filipino talent, does have some familiarity playing with each other in the same team, so know each other very, very well. Whether that's going to play into this one or not, I mean, I'm surprised personally that Papi Chulo hasn't ended up on Team Secret by now. That's what I've always thought.
Hey, big surprises here all around. We are going to find out just how surprised we're going to be as we get started with Day 2 of VCT Pacific Kickoff.
Ra sân thôi. John QT khôn mà. John QT nó thuộc dạng khôn mà. Nên nó thích ứng nhanh cũng là điều dễ hiểu. Nhưng mà anh em có cảm giác ấy là khi mà xem trận 100 Tip với cả trận Sentinel ấy, kiểu hai bên trước khi bắn là gáy qua gáy lại ấy, cảm giác như kiểu xem nó vui hơn không? Xong rồi có cả nhiều streamer watch party nữa, cảm giác như kiểu nó vui hơn ấy.
GmbH here, or at least it just looks that way with Team Secret going up against GE's new roster. On one side, you have a team that's been tried and tested some more, and on the other, you have a team with 5 talents making their debut on the Pacific stage. Who wins this? Does experience pull through here versus a fresh slate?
Yeah, I usually back the more experienced team. Like, I really do believe in consistency in stage experience, but I think I am getting a little bit carried away with the global roster that they put together. There's a lot of exciting names and a lot of names lifting in the server, and I really expect that maybe it's not going to be some macro masterclass from global, but just some really big heavy hitters that have big maps and kind of combine to win the day today.
Yeah, I feel like right now, what you mentioned about, like, you know, consistency, usually we back that, we go with that team. But why is it that you're backing GE in this case?
I mean, Crystal, Papi, Yudatan.
It's
I
the
watch these
individual
guys,
consistency.
the individual players, like the star power on this team is exciting for sure. And also, I feel like I'm confident backing a lot of these guys because you see them consistently deliver.
Team Secret ban by GE ban Haven. Team Secret pick Abyss. GE pick Split. Team Secret ban Lotus. GE ban Fracture.
A lot of LAN experience.
Decider Paw.
In Ascension for a couple of years now and been pretty consistently delivering, so I feel like I can back them on the Pacific stage.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Even though these players haven't played in Tier 1 before, they are experienced, and they're absolutely not unknown players, you know. People have spoke about all of them for a long time, have played against them in scrims and really do feel their power, so now they're getting their chance on the Pacific stage. It's quite easy to get behind them, I feel like.
Hey, you're talking about the Tier 2 to Tier 1? I mean, just yesterday we had that, and we were very, very impressed. So right now, looking at our Asian competition, what are our initial thoughts here, gentlemen?
I mean, yeah, you mentioned it before, big time Team Secret, they're really liking to just run that kind of Ascent-esque comp where you can be very flexible with a double in it. As over on the side of GE, you see double control is very popular on Abyss at the moment. It's so helpful for taking mid control to be able to run fakes. Astra has that global presence as well, can be a little bit of a pseudo lurk or a pseudo sentinel, so you'll probably see Darion over on the wing once they move over to attack.
Yeah, those extra smokes just give you so much more control over mid. You can use one smoke each to cover the 2 different lanes of mid, and you just take so much control naturally. It's much more slow approach to the game than the Initiator is. You're looking to kind of be re-clearing all the time.
Yeah.
But I think
Hello, White.
Well, we'll see indeed what happens as Global Esports takes on Team Secret. We're going to pass it on over to our casters. Hey, it's Quack, and hey, it's Chobra.
Thank you very much, Mika. Yes, Chobra and Quack here, and we've got an absolute banger for this first match today. I mean, they said it's kind of the Filipino Derby, but really, Global Esports an entirely new team.
Basically
the same team.
So
the whole thing, honestly. I mean, I also just want to say, Mika, come on, pick a side.
Yeah, come
Jesus.
on, yeah. you have to pick your favorite.
Yeah, we have to go with at least one. I mean, one side is a little bit more Filipino than the other, kind of. She's like coming over here like, no, I'm not doing that. Jeez, Mika, jeez. But I will say, I mean, it does kind of also feel like if you're putting some of the players that we have going on here, for Team Secret, there's a bit of pride coming into this match, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you have to hold that reputation. We like to meme about them being the gatekeepers, but being the gatekeepers is not an easy job. I mean, that means you're always in that top 6, top 8.
Maintain the gate, you know, polish the hinges.
Well, hopefully it's a little bit more exciting than that. But, I mean, we always like to, talk about, like, top 4 teams, top 6 teams, but doing that consistently is still an accomplishment. And right now, GE, they look like they're ready to challenge that spot.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy feat for sure. I mean, they've just come and put this team together. They had their own little, like, face-off off-season tournament with a mixed bag of results as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was, of course, very early on in that roster, but, that was one where it was like, okay, we kind of see the potential, we're not sure where this goes, but then the individual performance during Spotlight Series for some of the players on GE, I think that's when a lot of global fans started to buy in.
Without a doubt, a lot of strong individual performance, individual players on their sides, but yeah, what are you seeing?
Regen armor right off the bat. I mean, we'd like to talk about the Dream Raid boss in the pistol round. We saw some half armor frenzies yesterday, but the regen coming in alongside the classic here. So Jeremy just going to try
Jeremy không buy smoke luôn mà.
Extra firepower, but trying to make sure that he's taking those fights and he's able to continue on forward.
Might not have that range though, especially on a map like Abyss, but at the same time, speaking of regen armor, it's 2 shards on the other side, but for now, just getting that early info.
Just with a quick tag, not going to spot too much information here from Team Secret, but they're pretty set. They already have eyes on mid as well.
Global, though, slight pushes out from B. There's a lot of information there, but still, the hit coming through.
Oi!
Click, it's not going to connect. Poppy gets a kill instead.
But they already have backside Poppy right now, surrounded just a little bit. Darian, does he take the time to try and provide support? I think it's a little too risky. Whoa. Poppy's good for only one.
At least something, though. Still, 2G continuing to push forward a little bit, spots out a little bit more. But the smoke kind of covers it as well. So 2-on-1 against the lone Darian inside of the smoke right now, but on the back lines from Heaven, Udotan and Darren, they will be pushed out. Darren does not know what's behind him, and Envy has an opportunity of a lifetime. The spike defuse continues to go through. He flicks upwards, gets the second kill, looks for Darren, and gets
Wow, Envy Violon.
3 clutch to start things off. And this is why all of us
This
picked him.
con mà
Whenever we could.
đúng là nhân tố cánh kèo số 1 của Secret.
It's not just the aim, it's not just the reactions, but to note that the smoke left a gap, and if Darian's hiding in there, he is not taking the risk to check that gap anytime soon. He sneaks all the way backside towards the CT spawn, and then he's able to creep back into patience to go for the diffuser first. Just impeccable clutch right off the bat.
It's not something you think about every day, right? To actually go through that smoke and slip behind enemy lines like that. But still, next round comes through now. And it's going to be some of the outlaw buyouts. Pushes out from Global, though. What is this straight in towards a Wild Ori who has to turn away?
He doesn't really have much space to work with. He's charging after him. That's a Spectre dropped.
Sẽ chạy ra.
Provide some support with the paranoia, but unfortunately it just goes all the way through. So that is a little bit of a pickup for Global Esports now. In with the Spectre, continuing to push, trying to get that flank onwards against A.
The position isn't bad for Team Secret. They recognize this, they've taken to Heaven, they've taken backside, and they have 2G on the flank. But if 2G falls, that's an extra Bulldog here for the retake.
Bulldog's a really big weapon. But
Ôi dồi ôi, Jeremy.
Jeremy does have an opportunity. Instant shot through from Envy, and 2G manages to get backwards in towards the site as well. Jeremy in with some shots, tries to trade with the
Ông đi móc, ông 2G bắn cũng chờ cơ, tí thì chữa. May mà vẫn giết được đục chết một.
Yeah, it does do quite a bit of damage, especially with Jesse Vash going down with no armor left either. So it does sting, but you still get the spike plant. You should be able to just carry through, and you have that outlaw as well. So there's a lot of threat, forcing a lot of that full armor buy on the other side.
Still, just thinking about the round, I mean, what a call to actually push all the way through B. And, you know, it's a pistol train and then finding Wild Ori like that.
Yeah, I do want to give a lot of credit there because we see countless teams that think they want to commit and then they back out, right? You don't get that first kill, you get a little scared. But GE going with that no fear strategy. Now, just going to go with a very, very safe default, obviously, on their buy round. And Crystal gets a nice shot onto Jeremy. Takes a big hit, though. Only 10 HP, and that's the Shock Dart.
Okay, big swing, Shock Dart to trade. So not too bad for now. But it does weaken the defenses a little. So Team Secret getting a little bit more space to kind of figure out which site they want to hit.
Yeah, Team Secret, the trouble is you're going to imagine that someone fills that mid space, but you're not quite sure from which side, especially with there not being a hard sentinel. You can't really get the tell that, okay, like Cypher's on B, Cypher's on A, or anything like that. So they do have to fish a bit deeper if they want clarity on the situation.
Sao không ai ra giết thằng Keio rồi nhỉ? Biết thằng Keio là kẹt rồi mà. Một quả lửa.
Paranoia sent out. 2G goes in for the TP play, up close and personal, spots the barrel, gets the kill, and that's enough.
That's actually a really good TP right outside of the smoke, but not deep enough that they might spot you close range. So I like the call, just full faith that you hit the paranoia on someone and they would have to hide behind the bend there, behind the boxes.
Nice pinch.
30 seconds left.
That then pulls the defenses over onto the other parts of the map. GE.
Yeah, you just wait until Wild Oreo gets here, right? A 3-man push, you know you're going to have the numbers advantage no matter what. But what? 15 seconds and you already get taken down!
Udo time though, yeah, definitely not going to make it easy for Team Secret. And with 15 seconds left, there's so much pressure. Team Secret needing to push through the smokes now.
Oh no.
And on with the Sheriffs, it's not going to connect. Poppy, Udotan getting the kills, the spike is down, the round is over, but 2G is going to try it nonetheless. Poppy will not make it easy. That's a final headshot and G picks up the round.
So in the grand scheme of things, yes, it's your bonus, but also I think just given what you had, hopefully that's more of a, hey, as long as we do damage, it's okay round, rather than we're not quite sure what to do. Because if that repeats on a full buy round against each other, that spells trouble for Secret.
Yeah, we're already seeing some of the hits not quite going through too well. I mean, I do like the little paranoia play, But at the very end of it all, I mean, Udotan just had that one nasty shot, sight strafed out from the back.
Oh, and there it is. A lot of GE fans have been telling me that they got a sick viewing party going. Apparently, they got 3 screens worth in that theater. So that's a lot of people, but Jeremy digging deep.
First kill off. It's once again back into mid, so a little bit more space. I think there was a G, attempt at a push out.
Yeah, Udotan being sent all the way deep. I mean, we see the set play a lot, but Jeremy was just ready for it. And Secret kind of recognizing that G might want to change the pace. And I think this is going to be something we want to keep an eye on, is that GE, just given their style, the players they have, the coaching staff they have, they seem like a team that's going to be very proactive. Meanwhile, Team Secret,
hôm qua xem game nhanh bao nhiêu.
Very reactive team. And I'm just curious how
Hôm nay trông chậm ác.
willing to wait each round before they start to take action.
Well, at least 30 seconds have passed and they're still waiting. The drone is being heard at the very least, though, down B main.
Okay, they're purposely going to show the Cypher, Wildorio, just making it look like it would have been just himself. But still too much information gained from Poppy. That from the shadows lets them know, just stick to me, we're safe on the A side.
So hence the rotation's coming over now. It's going to be the full execute, a full collapse into the B side, starting things off.
30 seconds left.
Jeremy looking for that.
Ôi, thằng mình đen thế, DyAC ơi.
Pushing off from danger. A couple of players being able to gun down Darren now. All down to Raptors, and Kalias is next.
Crystal only 8 HP. You got to back off, maybe even go for a save, yeah, because there's no way you're attempting this 2v5.
Stack tốt rồi này, stack 3B tốt lắm rồi.
But something I just noticed there is Darion, his position was okay. I mean, we see that a lot, right? That bit of a tricky play right outside or right inside the smoke on top of danger. That's fine, but a little bit of lack of faith on Crystal. Maybe the comms breaking down, or maybe just too much chaos happening. And Darion turns his head away from the jump coming in, and that's when they find a timing against him. But Crystal was watching from the other side. So hopefully that's something we can clean up from Global Esports if they want to keep up in pace against Team Secret.
Yeah, just a little detail in how they had their setup on B site, but unfortunately that's the thing that kind of breaks everything down. There's just so much pressure when there are that many players from Team Secret executing together like that. So even with the information gathered, it's not quite enough. And Team Secret will be able to carry.
Hôm qua nhất là xem cái trận của SPG, của Nongshim ấy, nhanh vãi con cặc. Cái map Haven ấy. Vèo.
But I think actually a lot of people, maybe including us here on the broadcast, are slightly underestimating Team Secret just because they had a rough going at the Predator League. But we got to remember, this is that sturdy team. They always make the playoffs. They
Hóa ra DyAC chết như thế ạ.
Against the Giants. I mean, these guys have stuck together for a reason throughout these years.
Absolutely. And their map pick as well, you know, to be fair.
True.
Chết kiểu đấy thì cay phải biết luôn đấy.
The rest of the round continues to play out, like you mentioned, still being proactive, kind of reactive actually to Global Esports. I mean, it's working out so well for them.
And once again, just to save 2-on-2 from GE, Chris is gonna let it be known that he's up here. So more than anything, this should help draw out some of the utility from Team Secret if they want certainty of what's going on. Now, until it fails, Team Secret will probably just constantly put pressure on mid and then just choose a site and go, because you know you'll have the numbers advantage. But once that fails, I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see
đồng đội nó thấy nó spam chết luôn. Bạn nói như kiểu nó dễ lắm ấy nhở? Hello là đứng giữa đường trong smoke, nhìn map xong vừa phải nhìn tâm vừa phải nhìn map xong spam của smoke chết. Lại còn spam từ dưới lên trên không có thông tin gì. Gọi là gì nhở? Không có crosshair placement gì hết luôn. Bạn làm như dễ lắm á.
But it is the Sova, makes it a little bit tricky, and they've already committed 3 to the B site. So it looks like GE a bit more comfortable with the takes over on the A side, and perhaps just trusting Poppy, quite frankly, with how well.
Nghe bạn giải thích mà đúng kiểu nhẹ tựa lông hồng luôn đấy.
He's still waiting, and the bait works. They've put so much pressure on B. They've let it be known that they've taken their attention off of mid. And Jeremy,
ông nghe bạn kia giải thích là mình tưởng nó là một pha gì đấy rất là bình thường luôn á.
Down onto just Poppy, anchoring down the site, but here it comes, the hit in towards the B site, straight through the smokes. Jesse Bash will be able to land 2 headshots back to back. Udotan tries to fire back from the back lines, but unfortunately, caught mid-dash. He's just not able to complete the animation of it. Wildorio will be able to get the shot, and that's down to just Poppy once again.
Secret là bắn kinh nhở?
Clutch this time. 2GE will pick up the win for Team Secret.
Yeah, and I don't blame Poppy for going for another kill there, or at least trying to, just because, I mean, it's not an op. Yeah, it's not an op, right? Your teammates can't quite go for the buys anyway.
Không, có rời rạc gì đâu. Có vị trí của Sova này chết hơi lọ này, chứ còn phải là đúng rồi. Kalias bắn trong smoke. Xong rồi DyAC cover bên phải, đẹp rồi. Chẳng qua là êm mấy thằng này tự dưng êm kinh vậy. Toàn 1-1 thắng á. Mà sao bỏ Povi lấy Udotan hơi khó hiểu, mua rồi bắn kích ác. Nãy lâu lại thấy bạn lại chưa biết Udotan rồi.
And this round looking for the peaks as well. In with the blade storm, but instantly shut down by 2GE.
I mean, you gotta call a timeout after this one, I think. Secret just knows exactly what you're thinking.
So sánh Povi với cả Udotan ạ. Chắc bạn đang đùa mình.
Everyone's closing in on the B side.
Team Secret là của Philippines.
I mean, GE, sure, it's just Sheriff's and Shorty, so you'll do whatever you can, but it does not look like you'll be given much of a chance. Very thorough from Team Secret as well. Drone up high, so you're not getting caught off guard.
As you can hope for, it's just a pick or two. Even the back line is being watched by the trips. And while the Oreo is alerted to it, so already moving towards the back of spawn.
Yeah, and then you've still got that trip by window as well, right? So there's no chance for a surprise here. Looks like they might just regroup, potentially just go to the spike, see if you can get any exits on all three angles. Kelly, yes, okay. That's one. See if you can get one more. A little bit of aim training on this round to stay warmed up.
Flash out, looking for the kill. 2G will be able to keep his sights on towards Raptors at the very least. But then Crystal comes in from stairs. So a couple more shots. But Team Secret still good to go.
Wow.
Envy with the shutdown as well. Yeah, already had the no command, but you'll take whatever you can get. Obviously, some extra credits. They are rolling in creds right now on the Secret side. That graphic earlier, you know, with them all
EV bắn kinh vãi luôn.
It's paying off right now. But this, I mean, this is just a hard read. 2G set up, you got a crossfire, watching for the push out. You know that G's already pushed out before with all five on that eco. And I think a timeout absolutely in order because your focus here on mid, trying to see if there's any mid movement, it's not really paying off.
Việt Nam mình có bình luận nhưng mà của mấy caster nào ấy mình không biết nên là mình xem của ấy. Mình nghe bảo mình có nghe bảo ấy là team Global Esports này lúc mà tập team á, cái lúc mà tập team mà có đủ team á, không phải là với Darion ấy, thì là tập team hình như là toàn thắng hết. Tập team thì ai cũng thắng hết, tập team HyperX thắng, tập team thì ai cũng thắng hết. Đéo thua một ai cả luôn.
Incredible performance with Leviathan last year at Champions and then elevated. He's been grinding away at theory crafting for Valorant, trying to get to the big stage, and here he is. He would like nothing more than to prove that
với thằng Dulit chính của team GE. Tại vì GE này đang có vấn đề là thằng Dulit chính của chúng nó không có visa. Có vấn đề về visa. Thế chưa sang Hàn được. Thế là Derek vào bắn. Udotan phải từ Sentinel về bắn Dulit. Udotan thì ngày xưa là Dulit, nhưng mà thằng kia bắn Dulit rồi, thế Udotan ở đội hình GE là sẽ bắn Sentinel. Nhưng bây giờ phải vào bắn Dulit. Hôm nọ tập team với GE này, DSG tập team với GE này, Udotan nó nhẹ nhàng mà, Udotan nó bắn có 36 mạng mà, gì đâu.
The half with everyone at 9,000 creds. Behind the judge when you have the Blade Storm, knowing that this is the execute you want to go for, they are just going with the snowball. It is rolling down the hill into an avalanche.
The off bot up, shot sounded off, but Envy just fires from the sidelines. Shot into its Kelly S. Crystal makes it a bit of a trade, but they're still able to hold from the side of the site. And as soon as they show themselves, Envy, 2GE, Jesse, Vash, they all got a kill of their own.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it almost might be a blessing in disguise that they dropped all their weapons because, man, if I have to see another match where teams have to just save op after op after op, round after...
Mà em Secret này là đội mà lúc nào cũng thắng HyperX với Genji mà. Nó phải cứt đâu các bạn. Giải off-season vừa rồi, Predator vừa rồi thua là tại vì nó có một send-in mà. Với cả là mình không nghĩ là chúng nó có muốn bắn cái giải đấy lắm. Tại vì chắc là chúng nó phải bắn. Tại vì Predator là tài trợ của Secret. Nên mình nghĩ chúng nó phải tham dự. Chứ còn đéo ai muốn bắn lộ hết bài. Predator bắn ngày mùng 9. Thì ngày hôm nay bao nhiêu? Hôm nay là ngày 19. 10 ngày sau chúng nó bắn giải ạ. Đéo ai muốn bắn. lộ hết bài vở.
Side, and yet Team Secret, they put the initiative down. They're drawing out these opponent smokes. They're drawing out the gunfire. And I think GE's just actually giving too much unintentional information over to the attacking side.
A little bit spent. The Guardian shots firing.
Secret này rất mạnh. Secret này chỉ yếu khi mà trận đấy là trận để quyết định giành vé đi Champion hoặc Master thế thôi. Secret rất mạnh, chỉ yếu khi mà trận đấu mang tính quyết định. Thì Secret mới yếu. Đéo hiểu kiểu gì. Bọn này kiểu cũng bị dính lời nguyền đấy.
You're expecting, okay, there's no way he's watching that alone with the Guardian when they're on an eco, the Hero Guardian. And it's gonna get dropped again by Yudotan.
Jeremy là bắn. Jeremy, Invi, Tuji là bắn này thì khó cho GE á.
Guardian is lost as well. You cannot pick it up. Poppy, you know, feeling the heat now, tries to put the smokes up, tries to keep himself alive, but pretty much pinned down by 2G in this moment.
2G taking very aggressive positions all map long, and now the push out from the drone as well. They just want to trap him 100%.
Smokes out. Oh, and here comes the rest of the team too, Chobra. Oh my god.
I mean, they're just going to wait. They're just going to farm for kills, right? Reset all those ultimates right now. They got a fresh plate ready to go.
So good.
Secret đã ra thế giới đâu bạn. Secret có ra thế giới đâu. Ơi, chỉ ra lúc ngày xưa là cái team cũ thôi. Sao thắng được hay vậy?
What just happened? I don't think a single person antied that flash. They had good crossfires going. I think 2G might have been behind the wall, but he was just not able to get the right angle. But the two members on the right side here near drop, I mean, they just get full flash. And I mean, let's be very honest, this is a bit of a blunder from Secret. This basically gives GE a chance to get back into the game.
Thằng Crystal là chơi game hâm vãi lồn, cứ đứng giữa đường bắn nhau thôi. Cứ đứng giữa đường bắn nhau thôi.
You gotta admire how this entire play comes through, right? I mean, even though Team Secret had the positions, just a one little flash, and that's all the difference it makes.
Well, something to cheer for the GE fans. Map ain't over yet. Still a little while to go for the first half, and the op returns for Yudotan. Cosmic Divide as well. And there it is. That's the type of aggressive play.
Ôi, mình muốn xem phát pick rồi đấy.
The chase.
Không ở quay à?
Wow.
Đẹp quá, đẹp quá, đẹp quá. Đẹp quá, đẹp quá, phải đẹp quá. Phải đẹp quá. Phát đấy flash dash vào, đẹp quá. Thắng được rồi. Thắng được rồi, hay. Lợi thế mà ra đấu nhau hết, hay. 4v3 đang lợi thế ra bắn nhau hết luôn. Mấy ông GE còn mấy ông Secret bắn cũng chớ luôn. Thằng kia nó nhảy lên bắn cũng không chết. Nó giết 3 luôn. Nó nhảy lên bắn không chết này. Không hiểu. Bắn trúng một viên. Trúng một viên.
Null Command and Cosmic Divide ready for GE. Honestly, the ult cycling really might bring them back in the half. Team Secret
thua mấy round kiểu đấy là dễ trôi lắm á. Đang 6-1, thua 2 round, một pha eco, một pha half buy thì đúng hơn. Một pha kiểu đấy dễ trôi lắm đó. Đi ba. Crystal lại ra đứng giữa mid bắn nhau luôn. Đúng là người Nga chơi điện tử, cục xúc thật.
Another flash out, but the smokes dissipate. He spots the shock dart sending through as well, so continues to go for the chase. That's a second kill.
Người Nga chơi điện tử cục béo tin được. Thôi Jeremy, overhit. Rồi xong luôn, 4v3 lại nữa.
Cosmic Divide goes up, and now they're trying to use that to get onto the spike, but still 2G tries to play ahead of it. Look at the movement from Udotan, though. Quickly swaps over to Classic. 2G tries to stay alive. He needs to clutch this out. He's looking for it. Goes back for another kill. Time on towards Poppy. Poppy running out of time. Smokes it out. Swings for the kill.
Không có tham, không có tham.
Not enough time. Surely not.
All the way down! Oh my gosh, I mean, Poppy played that as best as he could, but 2GE, he just knew. He just needed to survive 1/2 second longer. Successful clutch out from 2GE. Let's talk about his move.
trước khi cái pha bắn thằng trước khi bắn DyAC ấy, thì đấy là một pha mình farm gọi là 10 điểm đến từ Jeremy luôn. Tại vì các bạn biết đấy, khi mà các bạn bắn 4v5 thì các bạn phải make play thì các bạn mới thắng được. Tại vì các bạn đang bị có bất lợi về quân số. Nhưng mà khi mà các bạn có lợi thế về quân số rồi ấy, thì các bạn không cần phải pick nữa ấy. Các bạn có 4v3 rồi mà, các bạn bắn đổi mạng cũng thắng mà, cứ từng mạng đổi mạng thôi là thắng mà. Từ 4v3 vèo phát về 1v3, 2v3 nhanh lắm.
I mean, look at this position from Team Secret. They kind of know that GE hasn't pushed out of A main at all, so they continue to wait, but very far back. They're not fishing for any information on main. They like to think that if you do eventually push out of A main, they can actually just turn around and fight for it, because they've still got 3 minutes there.
Tìm ông kê A cẩn như thế này thì mai người ta tìm ông già cay vãi luôn kê kìa. Kê chỗ đấy mai tìm.
Outside of it with Poppy, so at least this time I think you can rotate a bit safer than before. Poppy's gonna be able to delay one more turn with that paranoia.
Mà kê kỹ thế thì thôi, không cho cơ không mà nó đúng nghĩa luôn là chơi đúng là cẩn vãi lồn luôn đấy, không cho địch đội bạn một cơ hội nào để có khả năng giết mình luôn đấy. Cẩn vãi lồn. Sao EV bắn sao EV bắn chết thằng đầu tiên vậy?
Instantly rotating over with the from the shadows, but is that gonna be enough? They don't quite have the numbers. Wild Oreo still playing safe from post plant position.
Oh, you would have loved to go during that plant, but it's going to be on the outside of danger, safe from all gunfire. And now a 2v3 with positions already taken by Team Secret.
Smokes refreshed too. 2G continuing to be a menace. Look at this.
And they have no reason. Oh, right on the railing. So he doesn't get spotted though. They don't know for sure. He's on the railing. And Oreo, Wild Oreo, just by time, he actually gets the kill as well against Crystal.
That should be enough, but it is Papi Chulo. Only able to get the one. Still running out of time for a save.
Not much you can do. You gotta feel for Poppy's position right now in the half, because he just hasn't really been given a chance to play the game at all. And 2GE fragging out in the first half. Everyone talked about Wild Oreo last year when the two members joined, and 2GE, he was fine. Maybe had a bit of a quieter start, but he's right in here reminding everyone why he was a great pickup. 12, 6, and 5, 2.0 KD as the controller.
À, bị quét. Bảo sao tự dưng giết được thằng thứ hai ạ? Giết được thằng đầu tiên ảo thế.
Definitely showing off some of those critical decision-making skills that he has.
And now all out's online here for Team Secret as well. Not a place you want to be for global esports. Not a great buy either, but you'll have to make it work.
Well, at least Udotan in with the blade sword, but he hasn't been able to show off those blades that much. Team Secret looking to make this a quick match. Now is when they go in for that quick stack up against B. Starting things off, it's going to be Jeremy. Straight into the site, and everything's being smoked off by Darren. Hunter's Fury from Jesse Vashto just creating a bit more chaos towards the back lines.
Đấy, anh ra pha chết luôn.
Tries to get ahead of things. Still sticking around the stairs. Backs up in towards the smoke.
Hồi lại còn thế này nữa. Giờ thì thế này.
Gonna see that null command come out. Udotan, not much you can do right now. You just have to wait this out. That's so much time on the retake.
Man, 4 and 5 as well. They've got to think about.
Giờ thì thế này.
Off Nest once again as well, but Jeremy continues to hold the angle. Udotan goes aggressive, has the blades, gets a kill. Now tries to stay alive against that duel in towards Jeremy. Jeremy in with a blaze though, swings out from the other side. Support from Jesse Bash arrives on time.
Jeremy bắn này thì khó. Jeremy bắn này thì GE khó. Jeremy 2G Invi bắn này khó.
Secret, they're going back to the international stage. This is the peak Jeremy. This is what he's capable of. It's always been the consistency, but right now he's in full confidence mode.
Absolutely right. I mean, the last time they played this back in stage 2 from last year, you know, they played it against Talon. They lost 11 to 13, and that's the one where, you know, Primi just came in. Primi was top fragging as a Jet as well. Jeremy, on the other hand, kind of bottom frag, but here today, this looks
TS playing so good. Yeah, I told you, bro. This is a real tournament, not an off season anymore.
The Philippines, right?
Yeah,
So
there's that too, yeah.
yeah, let's just take things easy. Maybe we didn't have the best first half, but let's see how the second half goes.
You do have to worry about that Cypher now. Very curious about the positions of Wild Oreo, especially since there's that KO on the other side, but Envy just gonna play the bait. Gets one kill, gets two! That's a shutdown already in the pistol.
He already had the hottest one.
Bro,
on the
Jeremy,
pistol flush
2G, and
from
Envy, bro.
before. Why not start things off just
Three
as
guys.
spicy as well? Low HP though, and he backs off. Meanwhile, Global looking for an opportunity into the other sites. 2G's around the corner though.
Yeah, but Secret, they're just not going to peek out, right? They say plant if you want. It's a 5v3. We are not concerned at all about fighting on the retake. And here's the thing, they know GE has to push up. They know GE needs to get more information. And 2G just shuts down Crystal once again.
Không dùng flash, chính xác. Không dùng flash. Tại vì flash xong cũng chả để làm gì cả. Giữ flash lại để retake đẹp hơn nhiều.
Right, be proactive on the duel, but
Pháp vừa rồi nếu mà thằng 2G ném quả flash ra thì cũng chả mang ý nghĩa gì cả. Nó cũng chả pick được với quả flash, cũng không ai pick được với quả flash. Bây giờ nó chờ bọn này đặt bom này, đợi để chờ đồng đội về này, xong nó retake 5v2 với quả paranoid vô địch luôn. Đéo vào thua luôn. Riêng quả Omen Paranoid thì đéo vào thua luôn. Chuẩn bị nào, chuẩn bị nào. Rồi ạ, sao ạ? Đéo vào thua luôn, nói thế cho nhanh. Đấy là những điều mà các bạn nào mà chơi controller nên để ý. Khi các bạn thật ra chơi bất kỳ gì như thế thôi. Ví dụ các bạn mà không làm được gì thì các bạn tốt nhất nên giữ đồ lại mà retake. Đằng nào đã quyết định retake rồi. Hello em Lê Hoàng. Tụ G bắn nhảy không hiểu sao bị ban cho RQ. Không nói thế được em ơi. Mỗi một người ở một team khác nhau thì nó sẽ có một phong độ khác nhau. Thứ nhất là ở RQ phải nói tiếng Anh. Ở Secret nói tiếng Philippines. Thứ hai là có thể là chúng nó không chơi được với bọn ở RQ chẳng hạn. Nó chơi được với bọn ở Secret chẳng hạn. Nó là những cái khác nhau. Đừng có thấy nó bắn ở team này hay mà nghĩ là tại sao team kia nó không bắn được. Nếu mà nó bắn ở team kia hay thì nó đéo bao giờ nó bị kích. Nói thế luôn cho nhanh. Em mà bắn hay tự dưng người ta kích em làm đéo rồi. Suki. Nhìn Tuji cầm cả paranoid kìa, nhìn đã. Nhìn nè, mù hết luôn. Nguyên cái backside mù hết luôn, không còn một chỗ nào đứng rồi. Xong rồi nó lửa vào bên trái, đồng đội đi ra không cần nhìn. Rồi biết Crystal trên Heaven gỡ bom thôi. Bom backside à?
Team Secret just has the absolute read that that's the only way you have a win condition. Two people alive and they can't even see the spike. JessiVash getting one more kill to boot.
So even trying to fight for numbers doesn't work out. Team Secret being so cognizant of the current situation, sticking the spike. They might have lost some guns towards the end, but still a round win nonetheless. And now, I mean, economy for global esports definitely down in the dumps.
Must have not heard it amidst the chaos, right? The movement from Darian and Crystal making it seem like they maybe had more time, but they doubled down. You already kind of nailed the confidence. Might as well go for it again because it's not looking good.
Really?
1-2.
Oh my God, 2GE! They walk straight into him.
I mean, it's either
mình không ở team nào cả bạn ạ.
right? So the judge is absolutely a good play here. I mean, here's the question: what's your buy next round, right? I mean, yeah, you've got the lost credit, so some of you, the half armor in, yeah, I get that, but listen, I don't blame them, but it is a absolutely ballsy move to double down.
Bọn GE này mà thua là bị chửi nhiều lắm á. Tại vì sao? Chúng nó cứ lấy cái lý do là tổ chức Ấn Độ nhưng mà không có người Ấn Độ nào ấy, chúng nó cứ chửi thôi. Ui!
You know that judge is still on the other side. You cannot challenge it. He tries to swing. Darren at least gets one.
Losing is fine, but not like this. Yeah, this is kind of like one way, bro. One side, I mean. Cả em bạn với một lọ bổ phế qua Momo nha. Đợi đi nhổ đờm anh em ơi.
So now you go for the half and regen armor. Everyone else still able to buy that full armor, so that's good. but now you just don't have any more chances. Meanwhile, Team Secret, they'll be sitting on 9 chances to close us out.
That's the whole thing. Team Secret viewing party as well. Definitely loving the support, as always. Shoutouts to Taylor and Bill, but at the same time, I mean, completely fair. Global, they haven't really shown off any Abyss too much in the off season, but Team Secret really just stretching their legs out right now. Look,
Đi ra thì vào hết 2 round luôn.
he gets 2 there? Sure, he was going to get the kill onto Yudotan because he was pinged. He knew that trade was coming. But then the second kill.
What else is Jeremy going to do? Continuing to hold mid. A little bit of support from Jesse Vash.
I mean, now Secret, you really just need to hold safe default. Once again, another 5v2. You have the numbers advantage. No reason to rush, and this is where they shine.
Come on, make it a flawless finish. Give us the flawless.
We've seen that a couple times already. It's getting there.
Spike down mid.
Darion, yeah, he's played against him last year.
Did have that ace against Gen G, but now this is a completely different situation.
Oh, he's
back
surrounded.
turn. He's completely surrounded. He hears everything coming up against him. It's Envy to finish things off. 13-3.
Paul V giờ đang bắn cho team nào ở Tây Ban Nha ấy. Wow, cầm hero nha. 130k luôn. Thả team. Like. Pin. Khó. Com is also a bit off, I guess. No, actually, like that com is not bad. Okay, since you see ABs, right, you always expect the Cypher, right? So you see all the team now play Yoru, KO. The Cypher is kind of like for info only. So what, like, I think for GE, right, instead of the Cypher trip camera, they want like 2 controllers so they can have more space to play. I mean, the comp is not bad, but just like this map is like aim diff, I think. Global là của tổ chức của Ấn Độ. Chả thế. Các bạn nhìn xem có bao nhiêu round mà đứng ở trong side 2-3 người mà bọn Secret đi vào nó bắn nó đấm toàn mồm. But Derek is more comfortable in Cypher, right? No. Derek is the better Astra player, not the Cypher player. You see, just aim diff, nothing else. Map 1 là map pick của Secret. 9 first kill mà thắng 13 round thì cũng hơi mệt. 2 clutch. But 2G and Jeremy just better today. Yeah. Bro, if I tell you, if Jeremy like feel the game right, there's no way to stop him, bro. Legit. Nói chung là ao trình ông người ngoại quốc kia nói nhiều quá. What? Nói nhiều thì có sao đâu bạn. Người ta hỏi lịch sự thì mình trả lời thôi. Người ta hỏi những cái hợp lý thì mình ấy trả lời thôi. Những câu hỏi đấy nó còn thấy hợp mình, cái nó còn có nhiều ý nghĩa hơn nhiều câu hỏi của nhiều bạn luôn đấy. Người ta hỏi về com không tốt thì mình trả lời thôi, sao đâu. Cổ họng anh đỡ hơn rồi nhưng mà vẫn ho, vẫn nhiều đờm. Cảm hero nhá. Mời uống trà sữa này chết. Chắc là muốn mình ho lâu hơn rồi. Hôm qua là ngày lâu lắm rồi anh mình uống trà sữa. Hôm qua Hồng Anh bảo là Hồng Anh thèm trà sữa, thế anh mới uống. Chứ lâu lắm anh không uống trà sữa luôn. Mob to possible comeback. In Valorant, there's always a chance for you to come back and win. Valorant is a game you can't predict anything. IGR của Team Secret là Jessivas. Giờ anh quay lại thời kỳ ở Hàn Quốc rồi. Anh ăn cái gì anh tính từng calo một. Ở cái siêu thị ở tiện lợi dưới nhà ấy, nó có bán cái trà, nó có bán cái nước trà đào ấy, giống bên Hàn ấy, 90 calo. Anh cứ spam cái đấy thôi nếu anh cảm thấy anh thèm ngọt. Nó anh không uống. Chắc là phải đợi khai xuân rồi em ăn ạ, tại vì em Hoàng về mẹ quê rồi. Về Nha Trang rồi, không đi được. Trận sau là của DR à đâu, trận sau là cái gì nhỉ? AAQ với cả DFM, trận sau hay hơn đó. 90 calo ít hay nhiều á? Bây giờ em cứ tưởng tượng như này, một cốc trà đào ở Highland ấy nó là rơi vào tầm 300 đến 400 calo mà nó ít. Còn một cái túi kia là 250 ml à? Mà nó đâu 200 hay là 200 ấy mà 90 calo là ít á. Which com you like in split? I don't know, man. Now I feel the best you should have on split is Tejo and Breach. It's unstoppable, bro. Breach and Tejo on split is unstoppable. Cái cốc lẩu mua ở cửa hàng tiện lợi có ngon không anh? Tối em ăn thử. Nếu mà em ăn ở Family Mart thì anh nghĩ là ngon đó. Lịch bay Tết Hồng Anh chưa có, tại vì Hồng Anh vẫn đang đi học mà Hồng Anh chưa chính thức là tiếp viên của Vietnam Airlines. Bây giờ vẫn đang đi học lại thôi á. Học với cả thi đã, xong mới đi làm được. Thế như phải học tầm 3 tháng hay 4 tháng hay sao ấy. 26 bọn anh về. 11 giờ đêm ngày 26 bọn anh về Hà Nội. Mùng 4 bọn anh quay lại. Can team you stay right now? Yes, you can. I don't know why this time Riot give like let all the team play Tejo so fast. Normally, right, if you have a new agent, you need to wait like 2-3 months to play all the new map. You need to wait like 2-3 months to play. But right now, right, Tejo can play already. It's like 1 month. I don't know why. Học khác ngành ra làm tiếp viên hàng không được không nhỉ? Tiếp viên hàng không đâu có yêu cầu bằng đại học đâu bạn. Bạn thích thì ấy là mà. Ông anh của em nộp tầm 3 tuổi. Trên con đường đến tiếp viên trưởng anh ạ. Nói chung là đi làm thì nếu mà muốn lên chức thì bây giờ mình nói thật, muốn lên chức thì phải chịu thôi, phải chịu mất tiền thôi. Đồng tiền đi trước là đồng tiền khôn mà người ta hay nói thế. Nhưng mình thì mình không thích thế. Mình ghét nhất những cái việc gì mà mình phải chạy trọt xin xỏ để mình có slot, mình không thích. Mà có thể là mình ở chỗ thấp cũng được nhưng mà mình muốn tự bằng thực lực của mình ấy. Vậy thì nếu mà mình đi lên bằng thực lực thì người ta mới tôn trọng mình ấy. Còn nếu mình đi lên bằng tiền thì dù bạn có chức cao là người ta vẫn sẽ nói thôi mà. Đồng ý là nó sẽ mang lại cho bạn nhiều tiền ấy, nhưng mà người ta vẫn nói là mà chả có gì đặc biệt cả. Cảm ơn Hero nha. Anh đang ở Sài Gòn mà. Anh 26 anh về Hà Nội ăn Tết. Mùng 4 anh quay lại Sài Gòn. You seem to be unwell, all good. I'm fine now. Only the voice is a bit different. When we went to Malaysia to play the Predator, all the team got sick. Us, Secret, Boom, all the players got sick. I don't know why. Anh nói chỉ đúng một phần thôi anh ạ. Tùy vào tư tưởng mỗi người mà. Chứ còn mình nói thật bây giờ có những cái mà các bạn phải có tiền và có quan hệ thôi thì các bạn mới vào được và làm được thôi. Chứ còn như mình thì mình chơi game mà, mình thi đấu mà. Mình không thích đi kiểu tạo dựng mối quan hệ với người này xong rồi xin xỏ lọ mọ để vào team lắm. Không thích. Nếu mà người ta cảm thấy cần mình thì mình vào. Người ta mời mình, còn không thì thôi. Nhưng mà giờ nhiều trường cấp 1, cấp 2 cũng phải có tiền mới vào được thật. Vãi luôn, bây giờ đến học mẫu giáo em còn phải chạy tiền mà em. Em phải mua slot mà em, chứ cần gì phải đến chứ cần gì là đến cấp 1, cấp 2 em. Map 1 Secret thắng 13-3. Ông ngồi giữa coach team cũ em à, bên phải là analyst cũ của cái gì nhỉ? Assistant coach của GE. Muốn chuyển trường cũng phải có tí team làm anh, thì là thế mà em. Nhưng mà cuộc sống bây giờ nó vậy mà. Anh cũng cảm thấy gọi là gì nhỉ? Anh không đi làm, anh không có nhu cầu đi làm á, nên là anh cũng cảm thấy anh nhẹ đầu được một phần. Nói chung là về cuộc sống thì nó nhiều thứ để nói mà. Nó muôn vàn mà, mặt tốt mặt xấu nhiều mặt mà. Tùy là mỗi người mỗi tư tưởng mỗi quan điểm thôi. Mình đâu có bắt ai phải giống mình đâu. Còn bạn bảo mình chỉ nói đúng một phần thôi, còn cái phần nào bạn thấy bạn cảm thấy bạn đúng hơn thì bạn cứ tin thế thôi, mình đâu có nói gì đâu. How does assistant coach help team beside head coach? Normally, right? I feel like assistant coach is more like analyst. He will help the head coach to analyze the opponent, get all the info like how many win rate the team have on attack, on defense, how many pistol win rate, everything basically. And sometimes, right, if he watch the game, he see some like good idea, good execute, they will tell the head coach. And when the team need a new shot, head coach and assistant coach will work together and how to say, find out where's the best place to play for post plan, retake, all the thing.
You still want to basically make use of that sky to gather more information a little bit towards mid, a little bit towards A as well. At least starting things off from the team secret side with a 3-stack on A site.
They might be ready to push out if they get any information as well. An early cyber cage comes out for GE. I love that from Darion. Really blocks.
Các bạn nghĩ là Tejo ngon thôi, nhưng mà nó không có nghĩa là trong pro play nó ngon, các bạn hiểu không? Khi các bạn chơi Tejo là các bạn sẽ give up rất là nhiều thông tin. Các bạn sẽ không có cung check đi vào sai, không có cái này cái nọ. Các bạn đừng nghĩ là bắn trong rank nó bá, có nghĩa là trong pro play nó bá. Các bạn nhìn con close trong rank, tỷ lệ pick của nó là bao nhiêu phần trăm? Con Reyna tỷ lệ pick trong rank bao nhiêu phần trăm? Trong pro play là làm đéo có ai chơi. Con Tejo đối với mình ấy, bây giờ nó chỉ có thể chơi ở map buy và map split thôi. Những map khác thì bỏ qua đi. Tejo nó không cho em thông tin. Tejo nó giúp em phá đồ là thứ nhất. Nó đi với cả Bridge là 2. Thì anh mới bảo là vì sao combo đẹp nhất bây giờ là Tejo cộng với cả Bridge. Tại vì nó cho em rất là nhiều sự lựa chọn combo kết hợp nhau, gây đam đụng này nọ.
Additional support from Heaven too. It's all down to Poppy, and it's a 1-on-2, a bit of a high-low setup. So tough to fight against, but he's still jiggling, still getting Envy down to low HP, looking for the next shot. 20 seconds left to go, and he manages to get the first kill. Goes for the next one, and get the headshot. Poppy Chulo makes it a clutch.
That's my Poppy. People were down in an aftermath when he didn't even get a chance to fight over there on Abyss. But there's that clutch. I mean, we had the clutch over on Abyss right there in the first round from Envy, and this looked like it was going to go Team Secret's way.
Mình nghĩ pha vừa rồi ấy là một pha double K không tốt đến từ vị trí của ZOWIE. Tại vì ZOWIE nên là người đứng lùi sang trái để nhìn thấy Papi Chulo trước, thay vì là để Envy nhìn trước, tại vì Envy một máu rồi. Nên nó bắn qua tường một viên là Envy chết. Mình nghĩ pha vừa rồi là một pha không tốt đến từ vị trí của ZOWIE. Okay.
He starts things off just as well. Triple regen armor as well, so really leaning heavy into that new equipment that came out at the end of last year.
I'll find you.
Going back to a bit of info gathering outside of A. Hiding inside the cyber cage though.
Yeah, I like it. He pre-positioned himself. Now he will just wait. It's going to be a little bit far in terms of distance. Yeah, can't get the kill.
Still down to 50 HP at least, but now back in towards mid. Udotan tries to hold. Kalias was downed. It's down to the Guardians and the Sheriffs. Team Secret keeps things competitive, getting a couple kills in there.
Oh, and I love the fact that they just decide to go fight the member that they know for sure. Instead of trying to clear every other corner, just push him off. Now you know you're at least safe from one side, and they'll continue to chase him down. If there's two, you still have the numbers advantage, making sure you're not giving away to any free weapons.
Yeah, keeping things tight and close. So nothing lost for Global Esports in this round, save for Kalias. It's down to Jeremy, and he's got just the short.
Jeremy.
So,
yeah, no blast packs either.
Yeah. Paint shells maybe, but
maybe some damage, but the regen armor gonna find the value there if that happens. So Jeremy, the best you can hope for is just an exit frag and maybe just going to the spike, because quite frankly, it's not even a classic. You can't go for those peaks into the site.
And taking a look at Global Esports guns as well. I mean, this is a really good, second round coming in for them. Third round will be just as good. I mean,
hai team khác nhau đúng con phết với con Sky mà.
If they actually hadn't bought this much, I would love to see Crystal go out on the hunt. But with 4 rifles, you definitely go for the safe save here. Yeah, he's the one still peeking, just seeing if he's got a chance.
Yeah, that lobby is
If he
good.
can get that Nightfall maybe right into round 3, that'd be great. But he's not going to go on the chase. That's too much value that would be lost. Jeremy, he just hears the footsteps, tries to creep in, see if he can catch anybody. Just one more look here. Whee! Not gonna catch anybody.
Dies to the spike, so managed to hold on to those all points. But like I mentioned, yes, for Global Esports, keeping those guns very crucial. Swapping some over, so leaving Darian down to just the upgraded pistol.
Oh, great timing there from Poppy. And Crystal just being aware, sticking to that far wall. Again, I don't think the individual potential of these players should ever be doubted. Just from what we've seen from all of them in their previous careers, but can it come together as a team? That's where it broke down on Abyss.
Definitely looking a lot better here now, but we'll see if they can convert this into the bonus. It has been a lot of heavy A movement so far. Once again, it's the same cages. Team Secret already trying to adjust around it. 2 players down from ramps. Jeremy alongside Wild Oreo. The sprays, they managed to take down Crystal. And that's a spike down as well. Jeremy onto the second kill. Jesse Vash continuing to hold it from the other side of the smoke. Guns down the boombot for now.
Anh già bắn Cypher trông đéo tín lắm.
Jeremy's ready for it, and that is a twofer from Jeremy and Wild Oreo together.
Đéo đặt bom luôn à?
And if this is a flawless, suddenly things flip on its head. Jesse Vash, he said he'd flip everyone's predictions. They're already on track to do that, but they're about to flip this map as well with an excellent buy round round.
Bom rơi à? Mình không để ý á. Mình bảo ủa, tại sao hai ông ra bắn nhau hết luôn?
Just dropping up that trip as well, just gave them a little bit more space so that Global Esports couldn't continue pushing into a site, and that's where they went into the Trailblazer. So the further kills collected on towards them. Team Secret continuing to show us what they're made of.
Yeah, I don't mind this
Why Oreo?
over from GE, right? Try to get some more information on the site, try to go fast, try to have that tempo change, but alas, they get stuck in that bottleneck, and they weren't even able to get that much information on the setup. Meanwhile, Team Secret, they deny the Nightfall from coming online even in round 4, while making sure Wild Oreo has his Seekers online. So even in the ult economy, now you're feeling okay, and Jeremy continues to fire on all cylinders.
Mày Derek là một kiểu. Derek có một kiểu là mày Derek mà thọt là bắt đầu cả game đấy dễ bị tiêu lắm đấy. Đâu má mà dễ suy lắm á.
But Team Secret's gonna be able to counter right back with their own ults.
Oh boy. And in towards mid, trying to explore the other options. Once again, you're faced against the barrier mash that Envy is waiting to let go. There it is.
Just buying time, and if you don't break that,
Mình lúc nào cũng dùng pad control bạn này.
Okay, well, they're at least trying to go through ropes, go through vents. Got a little bit of support from Crystal as well in the Prowler. Doesn't see anything nearby, so maybe using that angle from heaven to try to kill, but just Vash is so
Ai lồn bắn. Phát này khó đó. Phát này bắn kinh á.
Yeah, now you're stuck up here in heaven. They know that Kelly's is up here. They know the others are coming up ramp as well. Team Secret, they've got him absolutely trapped up here by the window.
Seekers too. So great beat so far. Nightfall comes through, but they try to do those with the
Ui, tí thì làm 4 luôn.
Only getting 2 kills, but now surrounded. Wild Oriole will put his hands up in the air, take those guns away, and Team Secret walks away with another win.
I love that GE is very gung-ho. I love that they're very...
Anh bảo đấy không bắn được con nhiều nút là lúc nào. Anh bảo đấy là Zushi mà.
Off the Nightfall, unless you were able to catch everybody, unless you're able to just save the round right there and then, get the plant and ready to go, maybe only losing one more member. If you think about it, you were already falling behind in the ult economy. You gotta use those to catch back up, and now you've already just spent one for free.
Yeah, unfortunately doesn't work out the way that they thought it would.
Meta giờ nhiều Sentinel quá, thế nên là ai 2 Sentinel mà. Thế đấy là lý do vì sao mà con KO nó xuất hiện trở lại. Alo ạ, anh đã nói rồi, khi mà các em đéo có sự lựa chọn, các em muốn được bắn franchise thì có bắn con cặc các em cũng phải bắn nhá.
And before that, no, if they get to
I guess
playoffs,
GE need
somebody
a lot
just
improvement.
wake Jeremy up in the morning and remind him that it's January 2025. Because if he plays
I don't know.
like this,
I saw they did pretty well in all the scrims. I mean, their scrim result is not bad. Alo ạ. Mà một khu vực có mỗi bao nhiêu? Một khu vực có được đâu đấy tầm 60 slot bắn. Mà các em còn đòi kén chọn nữa hả? Các em chưa phải là địt mày Primi hay là Forsaken. Nếu mà các em là Forsaken ấy, các em bảo là bố mày thích bắn vị trí này thì bố mày mới vào team. Thì ok. Lúc đấy anh nghe.
we're seeing from Team Secret, they're all so calm. You can just feel this in their movement, the way they're aiming, that they don't think that they're gonna lose these rounds. They don't think they're gonna lose these fights. They're not panicking. They're just taking one fight at a time, isolating those 1v1s. All of them. When all 5 of them play like this is prime Team Secret.
Comfortable, confident. They have the utility that trips the cyber cage up towards ramps just to block things off and continuing to hold down their efforts towards A heaven. Next round, and there needs to be an adjustment from Global Esports. It's been A so far.
Ui, khôn vãi luôn mà bật ulti. Xong rồi walk. Xong rồi ném tường để bên kia ra phá tường xong bật ulti. Ui.
Stopper. So you think it's pushing out somewhere, but then a barrier mesh comes out in mid. So surely the rocket's not coming out of mid because they've already blocked themselves in, and then he just peeks out and gets.
Nghe cái tiếng ulti đấy thì ai mà chẳng nghĩ là ulti ở B đúng không?
Who does that?
Mình không biết ai call pha đấy nhưng pha đấy 10 điểm.
That's a play that comes out when you know that you're going to be able to snowball this map once again.
I mean, if it wasn't intentional,
that game plan was just too good, bro. There's nothing to say.
Jeremy waiting for his opportunity.
Wow, they're ready for everything. Nó chuẩn bị sẵn sàng cho mọi thứ luôn. 2 thằng đứng ở cầu thang chờ luôn. 2 thằng đứng ở cầu thang chờ. Đi vào B Heaven nó chờ nó nói canh 4B luôn. Tại vì có cái Cypher KM2 kia rồi. Mình nghĩ tất cả những cái pha mà vừa rồi Jeremy làm ấy không phải là Jeremy call đâu mà là ai đấy call đó. Như kiểu là chúng nó có tactic sẵn đấy, hiểu không? Chứ không phải là Jeremy call đâu.
What a play. You gotta watch out for that in the future if you're playing Secret on Split.
Wall plus showstopper. What a play. Well, on to the next round now and Global Esports are running out.
Không sao, map thủ mà anh em, thông thả đi.
You know,
how they didn't know about ulti. I mean, to be fair, right? No one will expect the ulti, and when you pop the ulti like that, people just think it's B and or A. You one thing is the mid, and then they throw the fucking like deadlock wall in middle. So of course you need to shoot it. That's why. It's just like they go one step ahead.
Snowball through. So Jeremy's just making sure that you don't suddenly see a flood into Mayo. Like this, he's gonna come out. gets taken out.
Doesn't work out. Yeah, trying to play around that middle area, but now being pinched out from all sides. Just a couple of sheriff shots, and now the rifles have been picked up straight into sight. Global Esports will stream. All that's left is Jesse Vash. Has the angle from heaven. Goes out for the first kill. The second one collects as well. Spike down. Crystal tries to retrieve, and Jesse Vash.
They don't know about it. They don't know about the drop.
Listening for their footsteps. Nightfall comes out, though, and he's down low HP. Tries to swing around the sides, and footsteps completely being heard. Crystal lands the kill.
They needed this round win, so I'm all for that Nightfall, right? They weren't positive about the drop, so he just uses it to keep him at bay right as Darian comes back around. Sure, Darian spotted him, but a win is a win. You needed that, and this was some good sightlines.
Nguyễn Gia Bảo trong đầm có MoMo nha.
Was afraid of Jeremy going out for the trade, but still was ready for it.
Game trước cũng như này, cũng một thrifty. Đừng xảy xác, chưa tài đâu.
So a little bit unfortunate for Team Secret, even with the read trying to play around it, just kind of getting gunned down by the sheriffs. Not something that they expected. But the next round comes up now, and once again, we have buys from Global Esports, and you go back to that early default up around A. But this time, more presence towards B as well. Just a grab while it's Poppy to swing. Takes down the controller of Team Secret.
Yeah, individually, GE is starting to heat up. They're starting to warm up to the stage, so Team Secret's going to have to give them just a bit more respect. But now the operator, do they expect it? They kind of do. Go for the wide swing. Safe for now.
Cho anh Vĩ về 20k qua MoMo nha.
Shot fired off as well.
Ôi.
Continues to try and hold out towards mid. But here comes the annihilation. Although the grab net fully
Vẫn chưa hết bệnh à? Anh vẫn chưa.
Just so unfortunate for Envy. So Wilder instantly tries to come back to relay forward, has to spray down, lands a couple, but still down onto Crystal. He manages to trade, picks up the spike and tries to deliver it onto the B site. Darian continuing to hold down for additional support out from Evan, managing to find those further trades, and now just watching for the angles. No hope found for Jesse Vash as Global Esports ties up the score.
4-4. One chance given, and Global Esports, they snatch it up, trying to tie it up, but they're going to want a bit more being on this attacking side.
Đấy, game này 2G không bắn thì WOTCHPARTY bắn. Má ơi luôn.
Starting to feel a little bit, but still just minor adjustments from Global Esports now, trying to put more presence around other parts of the map, forcing Team Secret to then play a little bit more differently, right? They were trying to play around the A presence a lot more, but this time having to respect that B. So stars placed up, trying to give themselves garage control.
Yeah, now you go back to trying to fish for information on A from Global Esports. If you see movement, then you go back to B. But if you don't see anything, eventually I expect the spike to land over by the A site.
So it comes down to what Jesse Vash
Bắn mẹ vào giữa cho nó nhanh.
But for now, not really spotting anything too much either. I mean, Global Esports keeping their movements very hidden.
Yeah, I don't mind it from Secret.
Giờ vẫn đéo đi được vào ven.
They just say if it comes A, we go for the retake. But we've been having trouble on the B side. Let's make sure that we have that on lockdown. We've got the operator, we've got delay in mid, we've got...
Kelly nhảy là vì sao? Vì khi mà các bạn bắn ấy, các bạn cần check góc ấy. Các bạn biết là trước mặt mình nhiều góc không biết check ở đâu ấy. Thì bạn có thể một người đi đầu nhảy như thế để hút đạn cho những người đi sau bắn.
Do you clear the smoke with it? Surely you do. He's just taking his time.
Team Secret fully respecting it as well. So full-on 5v5 retake coming through.
Right, Secret very fast at re-clearing screens just in case he came through. So that's the trip already broken. Berry Mesh comes out against the retake.
Pulling out from ramps at the same time though.
Oh, the bait.
Just to continue to block off even more. Now, continuing to invest the ultimate through, just to block Team Secret off that much. Looking for that very much so. And Udotan lands a sick
nice shot
in the midair with a jump. Jeremy, good little off shot, goes in for a second peek, but Udotan shuts it down. Now in for the trades, Wild Oreo, only just a one as Darren and Crystal managed to get that lead for Global Esports.
All of the members one by one having their moments. Udotan now with that 3K, showing why he was picked up by this team the coach has talked about. This is a player we need to have, even if it means we have two duelists, we got to put them on a different role, because this guy is about to shine on the big stage. Looking calm, getting that duel against Jeremy as well, which by the way, I mean, very, very bold move from Jeremy with that operator in that corner and shoulder. The GE fans slowly getting hope that we might be able to go to another map 3 here today in Pacific.
Surely looking likely. Those two ultimates giving them that lead and breaking Team Secret's economy as well. Now into which the Bucky Sheriffs One Hero Vandal and Wild Oreo. That definitely causes a bit of a ripple effect to how Team Secret tries to hold down the sites. Playing much more further back now, save for Jeremy, who's right around the corner with that Bucky.
Yeah, he hit that Bucky, I believe, took it out with his pistol, so you're not still certain, but you did see that he was holding pretty close. And meanwhile, just waiting for the push out. I like this because you're showing information on A, and you imagine if it's a stack, maybe they push out, try to put us in a chokehold. So G, you're waiting, but what is the timing? When do you decide to move? Already down below the minute mark, you gotta start to group up. Otherwise, if an accident happens, that's the round gone.
And that's what
Ai giết bạn này là thắng. Thắng. Team Secret thắng đâu rồi? Ôi! May nhá, đổi 2 được. Oh. Oh.
Jesse Vash now repositions to try to hold as they swing on out from the ropes. Continuing to jump and air hop over Poppy in with a shorty. Say hello.
Mày giết 2 trước 5v3 đẹp như trong tranh rồi mà.
Little ideas that GE has. They have some good ideas in the little moments. Just this patience continuing, that might be what they need. That's going to be the cleanup from Poppy against 2GE, getting some hard-earned revenge here in map 2. And it looked like, you know, Team Secret, they might be able to start to fire off with those headshots and turn things around, but it's a good recovery from Darion.
And that's ultimately what saved the round for Global Esports. Just enough of information, but what was really surprising is then this little play with the movement out of the ropes. I thought maybe at least Jesse Bash would be able to get one. Once again, I mean, both teams reading things effectively well. But unfortunately,
Tham out. Sick in attack is good, right? Yeah. This is a defense map. And they have 2 Sentinel. Sick on attack is so good already. It's like so good. And they can get more than 6.
we saw a little bit of it before. They were trying to make some adjustments up around A, up around B, trying to take more space out around Garage. And they're doing similar things. The star is being placed out across the map now.
So now the push out of A once again. You need a bit of that extra information. But GE, are they ready for it, or do they want to go for their own push? It's only 3 members, so I imagine you got to be waiting for another fight here.
Might be a good pinch, though. You have Jeremy around sides, and he's got the paint shells.
But now you know the sky minimum is here
Lát nữa mình ra ngoài đi chơi rồi. Đấy, chắc là mình không xem với mọi người trận sau được đâu mà.
Just as they tried to cross, now Envy spots the rest of them as well. Has a potential grab net possibly, but then the quick mid-play. Quick pinch in towards the B side. Kelly S getting the kill on towards Jesse Vash. Now Envy tries to hold them down, but not able to connect. Udotan off to the second kill. Seekers alongside the Flash and 2GE, unbeknownst to him, still able to survive. Udotan, a little bit of a whiff, but at the very least, the spike does go down.
Oh, but you don't want to shoot this right now, right? It's a 2v3, and you can't quite group up just yet. You're so low.
Gotta deal against Udotan first.
Yeah, Wild Oreo's just gonna wait. He's waiting for them to peek out, but yeah, Udotan's buying so much time, it doesn't matter if he didn't get the kill.
Oh, and that should be the round over. At the very least, 2G and Wild Oreo still trying to make some moves out from heaven. Just trying to bank on the fact that he might be up around Garage instead, but you know, even then, Kelly S and Crystal playing out with the advantages of HP and positioning around the pillars, they will be able to secure the round. It's 7-4 now in favor of Global Esports.
So an interesting kind of utility usage there, not necessarily intentional, but Kelly S, when they're getting spammed down through that one-way, he had already thrown the grab net, so you know that Jesse Vash is going to be caught there because he's still spraying, so he just sprays right back where they saw the gunfire coming from, where they heard it coming from, and that's able to get that trade. If they don't get that trade, that round falls apart, but he's able to open up the site for the rest of his team.
So just being able to read that positioning up from Jesse Vash. Now they're trying to do the same thing again. 3 players up against 1 around B.
It's a fast push in, but do you suspect the one-way once again? Surely you're wary of it.
and JessieVash is playing relatively safe though. The judge around the pillar.
And I do like the higher trips that Jesse's been putting down, right? It's a Raze coming in, you know it's generally a blast pack, and also those Prowlers coming in. So they're not going to get broken early, but for now, GE avoids trouble.
They have their ultimates as well, so wanting to keep this round in their pockets. Making every decision count now.
Oh, but this is always the problem with Sky. You don't know how many you tagged. So now you're just back to square one. At this point, if you don't get more information on A, it's just default hold forever.
That's what it looks like for Team Secret until the Nightfall collapses on through in towards Heaven. Reckoning, I mean, Annihilation, excuse me, was sent in, but ultimately dealt with. Fast push, looking
Heaven ga.
through, but JessieVash continues to try to hold them off. Judge shots not quite connecting though. Wild Warrior will be able to do a bit of damage, double kill in, but Poppy makes it a trade. Back to a 3-on-3 until the Annihilation completes. And all that's left is 2GE alongside Jeremy, trying to execute in towards Hell, but not quite completing it through. Udotan in with a showstopper, just buys time until Jeremy falls apart.
8-4 on the attacking half. A great start to the second map. GE, they've already left Abyss down way back in the past. They're living in the present right now and they're
tên em vẫn trên top donate còn nhỉ? À cái đấy là người donate cuối cùng á. Thì ở đây mọi người có dùng PayPal mấy đâu mà. Wednesday.
BB01 đã WeScan 24.000 đồng. Sao Daeon ban cho cưa vay a?
Cảm ơn BB01 nha. Tại vì GE có một người bị vấn đề visa, Derek Stenin. Wednesday against RQ Academy. Đánh thuê hay gia nhập luôn vậy à? Theo mình biết là bắn hộ cái kick bọp này thôi hay sao ấy. Nếu như thằng kia nó không xử lý được xong visa thì chắc là bắn cả split 1. Nói chung là bắn đến bao giờ mà thằng kia xử lý xong visa.
To see, you know, the rounds flipped a little bit.
Ooh. And I like this from GE because in my head I'm thinking generally Team Secret they're going to have to go through the wings first.
Coach của Secret là coach cũ của Boom.
The way that they're going to be able to go
because mà Secret mà thằng rau lục là chưa biết đường nào mà lần đó.
Then just go for a full send. So now just block off, delay that. You already have A control. Then you've got B for some extra delay with that Astra on top of the Cypher.
It's Team Secret just trying to play reactive once again. Well, maybe trying to break through mid, but Global Esports does get the right read, you know, trying to spam through the smokes. Team Secret still managing to avoid most of it, though.
Bring them down.
So Prowler coming out, spots info in mid. They know that it's a push up, but the trip's still there.
Okay, broken. So this round's gonna take a little bit of time. Team Secret now in towards Vents, doesn't spot anything out. Then they explore back in towards Mail, where Darien tries to slow things down. In with a Cyber Cage. Individual fights though now, JessieVash continuing to try to lurk. Caught with a grab net, no. Ooh!
Oh no!
Does he? Yeah, okay, just drops.
They know that he's escaping and they know that there's no trade back.
Trông buồn cười quá còn.
The backup's already here, down an alley.
Yes, he plays enough attention away and on for the hit in towards the B site. Crystal manages to make a bit of a trade happen, but down.
Trông buồn cười luôn, đéo đi được, phải đu dây để đi cho nhanh á. Trông.
Goes in for the swing though, back out from spawn. Another
swing
out. He caught unaware. It's down to JessieVash. He's a little bit far away. Off from Heaven, low HP, looking for the angle. Crystal continuing to hold.
Chan Long đã WeScan 10.000 đồng. Xin anh ca tiếp tỏ tình 100% thành công với à.
Phải luôn, tỏ tình 100% thành công á, nghe khó thế. 100% thành công khi mà người ta thích mình rồi em ạ. Không thì khó đấy.
Jeremy doing everything he can to hold them off, and like you said, he still draws away one member and wins that kill, so Jesse Vash doing what he could, but Crystal just peeks out, gets two. Damn. I mean, this is the type of play that we saw from Ascension 2 years ago, and then once again in VCT China's Ascension when he was still with XOG.
What a player.
Double judge on the defense.
One onto B, the other one onto the off angle on A.
Rồi.
Oh, okay. Vent's already opened up.
Maybe a little bit of space, but if you do walk up ropes, I mean, you gotta face possibly Udotan with that judge as well.
Yeah, that is the Vandal. So ideally, you're trying to take these long-range fights once again, imagining that you can have some sort of advantage. Judge spotted.
Okay.
Wait, they're gonna push into it.
Oh!
Oh no! Oh no! They're grabbing
it as well!
Oh no!
Kelly S continuing to hop up and down, looking to play
Oh.
whack-a-mole against them, but Jeremy backs up completely.
That Vandal still alive.
So
This
this
is
time
the
you
threat
still a
against
standing
GE.
player
They
for
dropped
this.
the most
Yes.
valuable weapon in the very beginning of the round.
No, no more DG, I mean.
Holding that off angle. You go for the swing. Oh!
Poppy.
We just play speed one together.
No
No.
pistols. Udotan blast packs ahead. Waldor pulls
Ui
up
thôi!
ability.
Ôi!
Swings. That's another judge kill. Still though relatively low HP, and 2GE is looking to pick something up. Has the classic, goes for the
30
right click,
seconds left.
picks up the judge.
2G thọt điên
Tries
game
to
này.
wait for time. He knows Tyrion might be close. Tries to
No, it's
take the
close.
spike. Oh, right underneath. Doesn't look up in time, and Darian will be able to clean things up. But nonetheless, pretty
No, they don't have
successful.
enough player, I joy. Not standing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they take out the two judges and the Spectre as well, so lots of damage done against a GE who everybody bought at least some sort of upgrade in that 14th round. But well done, you know, from GE, still stemming the bleeding a bit. They still carry over the Vandal, so you've got some firepower here in the bonus round. Just a clean shot from Jeremy.
Like we said, right? I mean, this is January Jeremy.
Oh.
Keep
Yeah.
that up.
And Udotan, living up to his name, Udotan, for those who don't know, means homing missile in Korean.
Oh.
So just flying right to his enemies with the judge.
Okay. That's a bit of lore.
GG, 1-1 now. Papi là Papi chulo.
On to the next round now. I mean, Team Secret definitely still have a slight chance of turning things around. Global Esports on some sheriffs and pistols, and another Bucky from Crystal.
The Bucky close, you spotted he was jump peeking earlier, but then of course the util commitment as well with the Prowler. So you're a little wary of this one. It's a little fishy. You hear the Bucky, but do they know it's double? Poppy's back there. Crystal's just gonna stay here forever.
Not fully aware, yeah. Crystal pretty much stuck now. You know, they're still looking for some of these safe kills, right? Trying to spam through the smoke, spam away through the walls.
Wow.
But in towards back mid. Off towards Kelly S now, trying to fend that off. Team Secret continuing to swing again and again.
Yeah, so much utility has been drawn out from Global Esports that Team Secret, generally speaking, oh well, especially with the Cypher God, yeah, you're safe to go. You're safe to go wherever you wish.
Smokes
Kiểu
up
ngó nó phát chết luôn đấy.
Lone Vandal, alongside Poppy,
Có bạn.
trying to swing out, but the water
Cái ngồi của
does
Deadlock là bạn
not
không
work
đi
out
được luôn hay
in
sao
their
ạ?
favor. Timing not
Nó
on
kiểu
their
nó bị
side,
kẹt đấy.
number's not on their side. And
30
it's
seconds left.
just Crystal.
With a Bucky, 14 HP,
Spike
doable.
planted.
That's what I
Yes.
see, yeah. If Crystal was truly a two-time Ascension Grand Finalist, he could clutch this with a Bucky 1v5.
Two-time Ascension finalist and Pacific player now.
Yeah?
Maybe Pacific champion if he gets this 1v5.
Listen, if he gets this, I say we write off the whole year. He's going to
Ừ,
championship.
đúng như là lết á. Què quặt á.
No chance. He's stuck in ropes, looking to possibly die to this spike.
Yeah, just hoping that there's an exit frag coming his way. I don't think you peek out here, Crystal. There's no way you're going to be able to win a fight. Yeah, you just wait to see if they get curious. But Team Secret not taking any chances.
They're like firing off a little bit as well. I mean,
Oh, he's going to peek out.
Oh.
Oh, okay. You know what? I don't mind it. I don't mind it because you get another ult point if you die. Because I think he does that because he heard the gunfire against the trip. So you know someone's there. So either you get the kill or they get the kill on you. So you're getting an ult point no matter what. And either way, you still die to the round. You get your creds. But if you die to the spike, you don't get your ult point. So you're maximizing what you can. Yeah, I mean, if you get a kill, it's even better. It's a bonus on top.
All right. You know, they do have the round lead, so it's all good for now. He's one away from his ult. So trying to keep that in mind. Playing a little bit more safe global with the B setup.
Yeah, you don't see that every day. High-low on the boxes. That's aggressive. Yunotan continuing to jump peak just for information. But yeah, look at this GE. Contrary to Team Secret, continue to kind of leave mid relatively open. They're really just using it just to delay, you know, on a timing. Once they have information that Team Secret is going to want to take space, they trade util for util, but they know eventually it should always be a main site hit.
Just managing to play that to their advantage as well. 2 early kills, and that pretty much seals the deal. Team Secret. Oh, whoa, that came too close. I thought they had the crossfire, but now things are starting to fall apart. JessieVash alongside Jeremy looking for that A conversion. JessieVash already stretching his legs across the A site. Trip set up. But now Jeremy has to kind of swing on over, at least hold out for Heaven.
He can survive a bit longer, but he gets unfortunate. Poppy with a nice cleanup.
With the potential support as well, so now you got to watch out for Heaven and potentially ramps. Although it does have the Seekers, and he lets it go.
Yeah, you have to. You're stuck in a bad position.
2 into screens, and he's very well aware now. Continuing to try to hold from elbow. Here's the footsteps. What's JessieVash doing? Managed to get a flick while they're down for the next, and it's down to the trade. JessieVash tries to flick to the left. Needs to play around the cover now. He's low HP.
Papi chulo kia bắn vãi luôn.
He gets it against him. Hello, I'm the new face of the Philippines.
4K for Poppy.
Papi chulo kia bắn vãi luôn.
Back up here in the second map.
Yeah, Georgie is a good choice.
11.
I mean, no choice. If you want to play franchise, you need to take all the offer.
16-9-3 for Crystal, and then just as much for Poppy. Incredible.
Calm plays, individual performances. It was a 2-on-3, and Team Secret made it close.
Yes.
But you don't want to doubt Poppy when he's feeling it.
I mean, this is the Challenger's clutch master. I mean, go to Ascension, he's clutching. In the Philippines, he's clutching. He's just always clutching. And now he finally gets to show what he's made of.
No, they might not have made it through the finals, but he's been there twice, and he's clutched, you know, twice, 2 years in a row. It's always good for it, but here it comes. Now Team Secret, you know, maybe sitting on the ultimate from Jeremy.
Rồi, biểu gì?
I mean, yeah, you just have to. You have to go for the paint shell clears, and then you just have to full send it. But look at this GE. Again, as long as we hold Heaven, they have so many ultimates. You got the Nightfall, Cosmic Defy. I mean,
only one import,
so
it's not true.
To at least secure map point, but now trying to get the pinch against them. In with the
yeah, it's about the opposite to play in T1, in Tier 1.
And he pulls out the showstopper just to force them to pay some respect to him. Sends it into Jeremy's feet. And now looking for the next. Swings down, 3 kills! Down to the next! Even grabbing it out towards 2GE, but not quite able to connect. 2G manages to make it away.
All right, they hear that. Kelia should have heard that just in range. So Darion's ready for a peek out. But you still don't know where JessieVash is, so that's why Kelly S is still a bit wary. He's still holding close on mid. The backup coming all the way through spawn. He gets caught. That's the B side open.
Nghe team này biết chọn lọc rồi mà anh em. Một team franchise chỉ được một import thôi mà, một người ngoại quốc thôi mà. Nghe là biết team là thật, team nào là không mà.
But I don't know why he chose to run all the way through spawn. You had mid clear. That's where Jessie was.
He's gonna have time at least, I think. But JessieVash really has to be so cautious.
All right, goes through. Jessie already has position.
Oh, all right.
Cosmic
Divide for Cosmic Divide.
Man, wall for wall.
Paralleled. And we're down into the little corner. I think this kind of works against Team Secret. 2G tries to make the play for it, but Poppy gets off at the right time. JessieVash gets the kill. Darian hops onto the spike. It's half. He pulls his gun out, but JessieVash nails the burst. Headshot in.
Steady.
Manages to stay alive.
This was such a good call. I don't care who made it on the side of Team Secret, but you put it in peril, and then you hide on the other side of the pillar in between the two walls, so you can still hear when the defuse comes through. Just understanding where the gaps are with all this utility and the map setup. And then they just take a timing on the double swing through the walls.
It's so insane.
What a choice.
If you think about it, it's kind of
Khổ thân Derek cầm khẩu Guardian. Bắn đéo trúng.
Cutting up their own dimensions out here.
Oh my god. Well, now Global Esports onto the pistols.
Tu chết tiếp này, hút đạn lắm rồi thằng này. Sorry. À đâu, thằng này phải cảm ơn mình chứ. Sorry. Chết. À.
Giấu tên đã WeScan 20.000 đồng. Coi uống gì thì ngon vậy thầy.
Cảm ơn giấu tên nha. Coi á, mình hay uống hồng trà cái gì nhỉ? Quên mẹ, lâu lắm không uống quên mẹ. Lục trà đào hồng mật ong. Giải này là dùng 400 Hz à? Tu Di chết này, đây giờ chết thật rồi. Vẫn sống. Nghe được cả hai tiếng luôn. Nghe được cả hai tiếng luôn. Bú. Đấy chết hay kìa.
Still managing to slow them down as they try to head on into the A side. The Sentinel coming alive now. But is he aware about his back? 2GE up around the sides. Takes down Envy at the very least. So 1-on-2 somewhat maybe possible for Poppy. I mean, he's got the share. Definitely looking to try to make it happen. Got to break through the barrier mesh first.
Yeah, but not making as much noise, trying to hide it as much as possible. But if they had the right timer, Team Secret should know that that wall went down faster.
Okay. It's Poppy.
Oh, I love the early gradual wall. Now you have the crossfire set up, just buying time, trying to get a weapon.
Tu giết mẹ ba luôn. Thằng này phải cảm ơn mình ạ.
Answers back.
Place it safe. Managed to make everything work. The stars up, right around the corner as well. So I mean, once again, Global Esports, they still have their lead. They're trying to do things on the pistol, but ultimately being spotted and heard out by Team Secret.
And 2GE had a bit of a quiet map so far, but he is coming back alive right when they need it most. Still hasn't given up map points. Still not at 12 yet for GE, so it's absolutely
like very low chance, bro. 11-7 on defense with 2 Sentinel, bro.
Well, we know how it is with GE on split. You're always good for an OT on GE with split.
Team Secret too, I mean, they managed to take this in overtime against Gen G in Stage 2 last year, so who knows truly how it's all going to play out. Early info out towards mid. Team Secret, once again, being a little bit reactive.
Okay, spots a good jump peek. You still have trips to fall back on. You've got your eyes on here. So now it's a little bit of extra pressure for Kelly to get information in mid.
Yeah, he's trying to do that, but smoked off and everything. Trailblazer hunting him down. He's being forced to give up a lot of space.
Giờ meta nó là 2 Sentinel bạn ạ, chứ không phải là mỗi map này.
Exactly what they're doing on GE because you've already given up mid control. It's too late for Crystal to come back through vents and try to get a peek. So you fall back, you just accept your losses. If they come A, you delay with the trips. You still got that pocket play on the side, but it's gonna be a B hit. Whoa. Oh, the Annihilation.
Jeremy, though, avoiding the Annihilation, has the Showstopper, connects onto Kelly S, now looks for Poppy.
Wow. Bắn Phantom thế, xứng đáng thắng.
Slays them all down. Jeremy inside of the smoke though, tries to go for the swing, manages to get down Poppy. Looks up towards heaven now.
Rơi mẹ bom
for his opponent, Udotan, paint shells just to hold for time, and they have to pick up the spike. 13 seconds left. Going aggressive, trying to look for the kills. Jesse Bash going in for the sprays, not quite happening. The round was over just as soon as Jeremy fell. Crystal in to secure map point for Global Esports.
Jeremy gets sent into the site just with the task of clearing it. Don't worry about the Annihilation. Your teammates were clear, but that means it took too long, so Udotan was in position. Jeremy needed to help hold that heaven, but the team made a concisive call to say, go clear site, we'll clear out the Annihilation, but they didn't have sightline of stairs, and Udotan's able to get the spray down, bringing them to map point.
And that's just a perfect way to play around the Annihilation as well, right? I mean, even though Kelly's downs, he's able to then swing out alongside that clear from Team Secret. So Global Esports now looking to close out the map. A judge being pulled out by Kelly has to control Mail-Ru.
He just says, don't even come here. You know what? Don't even think about mid. Go to the sides. That's what you have to do anyway with your composition. You're not going to be able to get through here with clarity. You can't get through here with information. That's what Kelly's is trying to say. Because either to get that information, use all your Sky util, or, I mean, you're going in blind.
Or he's waving the red cape as like, come here. I dare you to challenge me. Now, surely Team Secret doesn't think of that. They're trying to explore their options towards possibly A now. A little bit of early shots. Jesse Bash is looking for that space.
Lên vào hết lòng rồi kẹt à?
He managed to get one down at the very least. But here come the paint shells. We're just gonna pop the showstopper just to hold space up around the back of ropes as well. Udotan, the homing missile, he will blow them up. 4 kills down, and all that's left is 2GE. 1-on-3. Is this possible? Tries to hold, tries to swing with the sheriff, but Puppey manages to close out the map, and Global Esports will bring us the distance.
You don't see rounds like that every day. Just absolute 100% value on the Raze kit. You get the name kill, you get the refresh, you get the showstoppers. I mean, what a map here from Udotan. I mean, everybody on GE, they are able to rock.
Nghỉ thôi, bắn sớm đi các bạn ơi. Để còn ra ngoài. Lâu lắm mà chưa ra ngoài đi chơi rồi đó. Mỗi ngày lướt bất kỳ cái gì tôi lại thấy những bài về Vietjet bỏ thêm 1,5 triệu để bay giờ đẹp, xong rồi Vietjet bảo là vì lý do khai thác nên là đổi sang chuyến bay buổi đêm. Cười vãi lồn. Đéo hiểu. Hai vãi lồn, chửi thì vẫn cứ chửi nhưng mà bay thì vẫn cứ bay thôi. Mọi người vẫn bay nhiệt vãi lồn. Bây giờ thật sự luôn là người ta bảo là cần lý do khai thác. Đéo bay được giờ sớm thì làm gì giờ? Em bắt người ta phải bay à? Bay thì đéo được. Trận sau là AQ và DFM. Trận sau hay hơn. Ôi, nói chung là thà mình là thật thà mình mua vé bay ấy, thà ok. Vé Vietnam Airlines đồng ý nó đắt hơn thật, nhưng mà ít ra là kiểu nó đỡ khó chịu trong người ấy. Đấy, cả mua Vietjet xong rồi mua thêm hành lý ký gửi lại mất thêm 300.000 nữa. Tính ra nó gần ngang mẹ nhau. Hai đi lao giờ hết thịt bò luôn đấy ạ. Lồn thế. Tại vì nó rẻ quá mà. Mọi người mua thì cứ nghĩ là chắc là không đến mình nữa. Không delay đâu. Đốt tản. Anh em có nghe tiếng ồn không? Tại mình đang bật máy lọc không khí á. Tự dưng hôm nay không khí ô nhiễm vãi. The fuck? Ok, không là được rồi. Nhưng mà như này mà cầm cái mic rời vào là nó sẽ bị vào tiếng. Tôi đi Vietjet mấy lần chả delay phát nào quá hên. Chung là nó chỉ đen hay đỏ thôi. Giống kiểu đi máy bay ấy. Nó có nhiều sự cố mà. Mà những cái sự cố mình không mà mình lường trước được ấy. Mày hỏng xe máy, hỏng ô tô dừng trên đường còn đỡ. Hỏng máy bay mà đang bay trên đường mà đi mà phải dừng lại thì đéo hiểu dừng kiểu gì. Đang 1-1 em quân ạ. Tính ra bé giờ em chưa đi máy bay lần nào, vãi luôn. Cặc đi vợ. Budotan. Ô tô mà lao xuống nước thì cũng đúng là vãi lồn, lái xe ô tô kiểu gì mà lao được xuống nước vậy em? Cái việc lao ô tô xuống nước đó là em lựa chọn thì đúng hơn, lao xuống nước nghe khó vãi. Nếu mà nói ô tô lao xuống nước thì tính cái gì chết luôn. Mà đi xe máy đâm đầu vào tàu hỏa, đi xe đạp đâm đầu vào tàu hỏa cũng có luôn. Có đây không thuộc đường, khó em. Không thuộc đường thì mình phải đi từ từ ấy chứ. Chị đâm con mẹ đầu trong hồ xuống nước thì đó là câu chuyện khác rồi. Nếu anh nhá là một người ví dụ như kiểu lại đéo biết đường hay là như nào đấy thì anh sẽ chọn một cái gì đấy an toàn hơn á. Bay sang Sing thì thường bay Vietnam Airlines hay bay sang bên hay hãng bên Sing á? Bay Vietnam Airlines cho rẻ bạn. Vietnam Airlines đủ rồi. Ví dụ nhá, ví dụ mình bay từ Sing về ngày xưa lúc mà mình ở Blitz mình bay từ Sing về Sài Gòn, Vietjet là 1.3 triệu, phải mua thêm hành lý ký gửi thêm 300.000 nữa là 1.6 triệu. Bay Vietnam Airlines 1.7 triệu đến 1.9 triệu. Anh em nghĩ mình sẽ chọn cái gì? Rõ ràng rõ con rõ ràng luôn, Vietnam Airlines luôn. Xong rồi lại còn nếu mà bạn bay cái Singapore Airlines là tầm 3 triệu. Tội đéo rồi, chuyến bay có tiếng rưỡi. Bây giờ xem hết trận này xong này, đi ra ngoài đi chơi với Hồng Anh này, hứa đưa Hồng Anh đi mua áo dài này, xong rồi đi ăn đi uống, xong tối về bắn ranh đẹp. Ok em Quân này. Đi mua vào ngày chủ nhật có là ý kiến chuẩn không anh nhỉ? Rồi anh nói thật quân ạ. Tầm này thì ngày đéo là mà trả đông em. Mình thích thì mình đi thôi. Quan tâm lắm đéo nhiều. Hôm nọ anh ra đường mà anh cảm giác kiểu đéo hiểu mình đang đi nhầm chỗ không. Đi từ Eco Green ra Hồ Văn Huê, xong rồi đi ra Võ Văn Tần ăn bún bò, xong về Eco Green hết 3 tiếng đồng hồ, đéo hiểu. Đéo hiểu luôn. Đéo tin được luôn. Lại 2 Sentinel. Mà mấy anh team Secret bắn map này thua team cái gì nhỉ? Rival của Ấn Độ. Dùng Vice Flash nhà thì ổn anh nhỉ? Cứ để flash này thôi em, bao giờ nó vào sai của em thì em ném á, thì em bật lên em bắn nhau á. Game trước 2G hơi thọt nha. Game này phải sửa sai á.
Well, let's see who takes this one. We're heading into Pearl and back to our casters, Shover and Quack.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Over at the analyst desk now, just one map in between these two teams, trying to move on to the next round here in this double elimination bracket. And Quack, I mean, Team Secret, they just go right back to comfort zone.
Yeah, I mean, old dogs, you know, with their same tricks, why not? It does kind of work out, especially, you know, with how they're playing it. But like the desk mentioned, you know, playing that double initiator, trying to play it, especially on the defensive side, you do want to kind of get a little bit proactive. And that's what they're trying to do now, starting things off around the B site. Jeremy holding the angle out towards the top, but not spotting out too much.
Yeah, and Kelly is just saying, all right, we already know that they're trying to get information on B main. Let's just ditch that. Let's move on. I think I've bought enough time, but what he does not know is that club already getting cleared by Team Secret. So exactly as the desk mentioned, that's going to be Secret having the information they need. They have some good delay on the plant, and they're able to hold on to that back site. We'll see how G is able to maneuver around this execute.
Somewhat of a crossfire while they're inside dugout and 2G from Flowers at the same time. Delays all being burnt out now as the rotations slowly go on through. Jeremy trying to come up with a bit of a flank from main.
And everybody's been tagged going into Art, wow. So this is some good information. You still have to worry about main, but this is a very, very fast flank from Jeremy. And if he's able to get that first kill onto Poppy, things start to fall apart for GE.
Or, you know, just wait for teammates to find a little bit more time pressure. Oof. But, oh, the swing is a little bit too close to the wall. Poppy will be able to spot him out first. And that's a shot in from the Ghost. Now, Team Secret needing to take that pressure up to push on, but Darren holds his ground. Jesse Vash now trying to the angles, but not quite. Gonna get spotted out at the end, so Global Esports picking up yet another pistol.
Well, the two gentlemen on the desk also mentioned that Darian may be wanting to...
Mày chữa mua cả Frenzy bắn rồi vẫn chữa.
Well, there it is, the triple kill in that pistol round. Starting to get closer towards that lockdown. I love the awareness from Poppy, and I also love that they were watching for sewers as well. They were watching for that mid flank, so even though they spotted one all the way behind, they didn't let go. He's back, he's on the stage, he's on the Pacific stage, he's getting frags!
Darian, you gotta love it, you gotta love it. Even though, you know, coming in a little bit last minute add to GE, still being able to provide so much value, has that capability of it. Saw it from Blee last year, but now, next round coming through, he's going to be that little bit of a lurk in towards A. The rest of the team in with the Outlaw, the Marshal in towards the B site, but not spotting out too much.
So the Jet wasn't tagged, by the 0 point. Everybody else was. So the Vice and Silva getting tagged, but Jet not so much. So you might not be aware that this is eventually going to be the execute or even the potential for this long-range fight. There's a jump peek. He should have spotted the Marshal at that jump.
Still, though, trying to stay tucked away at least. Team Secret not wanting to give off too much.
So you know there's no one behind this screen right here, but no other information. Still spots Wildora. He's drawing a lot of attention. Yudotan might be getting a little too greedy. This could become a double peek.
Or to keep some presence on towards the B side just to buy the rotations over while the rest of the team actually transitions over onto A.
It's a good sell, right? It's the Jet. Surely it's going to be the execute.
But with a few seconds, surely you smell something up.
Well, I think Team Secret also thinking that they might have sold the fake, right? Because it was just a Killjoy spotted. So you're thinking like, hey, it's just a Killjoy. We've got some util here. That's about it. Hey, we're going to smoke it up. But I think that smoke perhaps give it away a bit stronger. And at the end of the day, you know you have the better weapon race. GE going to have a very, very free plan. And this is one of those rounds where you got to start to consider, do we just go all 5 to the spike?
Yeah, definitely need to think about it.
Nhìn đống đồ trên quả bom kìa. Nhìn lười điên luôn á.
Wait, can we get like the angle on towards A main? Look at how they're stacked up against.
Yeah, just all lined up. Anybody peeks out, they're gone for sure. And it's going to be Yudotan. Just going to fish for some kills. It's a Marshal.
Whoa.
Not the biggest loss here. Start to group together. Oh, it's because Darion. He's already got 4 towards that lockdown. He only has that ghost.
He's going to go for it.
If he can get even 1 here, it's not bad. He gets 1, does he? Oh, okay. Just
Almost.
1.
He was starting to kind of bring his mouth downwards. But there it is. Dying to the spike. And that is still value found for GE.
Yeah, Yudotan got 1 there as well, peeking out of sewers. So that's 2 extra free kills for GE. You got the plant. You only lose the ghost. Regen armor's continuing through. You buy up to match the firepower here in the bonus.
A little bit. We shall see how it does play out. You know, they are on the attacking side, and we should mention, you know, GE were the ones that left this map open, so hopefully they do have something cooked up. Meanwhile, Team Secret, like the Des mentioned as well, I mean, Pilsky, yes, Team Secret did lose to an Indian team as well.
I can't believe he did a girl like that, man.
I mean, they were playing without Wild Oreo, but hopefully they are prepared for this map too. Be playing with the same composition from before, but Jeremy found newfound confidence now, pushing in towards A main, continuing to hold the off angle. He spotted a sliver of someone going for that cross in towards the boxes, but now going for the swing, using the fragment to keep them at bay, and that's that double kill. Jesse Vash holding the back line.
Anh già chiến thế.
Yeah, the spike's already down though, so this crossfire over by A main. Jeremy and Envy, the duo.
Tu gì đâu, phát smoke cho đồng đội.
Jeremy, yeah, with lower health, he's gonna be the bait really for Envy.
Ui, xong rồi, thành 2v2 rồi.
Poppy trying to keep them drawn away, goes in for the trade. Jeremy's still alive, and now he's downed.
Biết luôn.
To the next, and it's Wild Oreo on towards the back. Spotted Poppy and gets him down to low HP. The regen shield comes back for a little bit of value, but still close range. Able to get the burst, but Poppy let the Guardian shot. Can he retrieve the spike? 40 seconds to make something happen.
It's insane that Poppy's been in 2 fights, and he still has more health than 2G thanks to the regen armor. This is value right here. The Riot devs smiling.
Oh my. Oh, close range Phantom.
Oh, 2G, he's trying to get ahead of things. Thinks it might have been a full rotate, potentially onto B. But this is going to be rough. It's going to be a free plant. The stars set up. He's actually just going to go ahead and use those for safety. This is going to take a long time for 2G to come back. He realizes it.
Doesn't quite have the util either, so he's just running head first into where Poppy's not set up.
But Poppy should hear him if he sprints. Okay, he's got to start walking.
Yep.
3-0 rồi.
Takes a little bit of time.
But this is already so much time.
Poppy holding around Art.
2G is not going to have the time to clear this fully.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah, there's the run. So now Poppy knows.
Goes for the tap. Instinctively looks towards Art at the very least, though, but trying to stick it a halfway, Poppy will be able to seal the round, converting it into a bonus for Global Esports.
That's 2 clutches already in his first opening match of VCT Pacific. Let's see how many he can get throughout the year. A 4K for Poppy. Cosmic Divide online, and that secures the bonus round here for GE. It was a nice attempt pushing out of main from Secret, but Poppy just pulls through.
He starts that off with the Guardian as well, somewhat mid-range and still lands the shot. So strong, so capable, 6 kills, and with the spike plant as well, now he's got the Cosmic Divide.
Early drone for information. He gets a little bit, but it's not completely certain. Khan doesn't get the tag. Oh, I love the re-clear from Kelly S. They do not want to give up mid control. It really starts to starve Team Secret of information because you're hiding away from any potential pings over on A main.
Như thế trách được ai đâu.
Any potential pings over by mid, and they haven't quite minded if they get pinged on B because they've generally had the better firepower.
Back to what we saw from before. I mean, it might be the early 3-stack, but you know, they're just trying to draw them out from their current positions. If anything, they can still back off now that the smoke is up. Just trying to make some more footsteps. No, actually, maybe full commit into B now. Thinking about the lockdown play.
Yeah, you have the lockdown and you have the Cosmic Divide. I don't mind using one, and if you need to, sure, use two just to get ahead because that is going to cycle through the ults faster. Ideally, obviously, just using one, but I do love committing one here. Even though your opponents are in eco, make sure you get all the rounds you can.
And hopefully to hold on to those weapons as well. Team Secret now trying to hold off against it. One player detained, and now they're going to have to peek up. The smokes come up just as fast. 2G tries to go for the peek,
4-0.
but spotted out. Phantom sprays just to keep him at bay. Kelly S continuing to try to hold, but close range. The Bucky managing to take him down. Udatan trades off back in towards Halzo, and Udatan has the field.
Wait. Bom xấu luôn cơ. Bom xấu.
Oh no, it's not planted for them. They have to go for the peak.
Trying to slicing the pie.
There's the pool.
Nanostorm as well, though. One single kill, but Jesse Vash continues to stick. Oh, Poppy, can you make it happen? Has to swing, but the defuse has been stuck all the way through. Team Secret sneaks out around against Global.
Oh, that is rough for GE. You committed the ultimate as well. Poppy might be 8-0, but the round starting to sneak back into Team Secret's pockets. And now Jeremy's able to buy the operator.
Ôi Oreo bắn 2 quả Sheriff vãi lều mà Sheriff ăn tiền.
It's because of that fourth round that Secret gets to have a clean first half. And the retake was good. 2GE draws attention first, but then they flood in on a high-low outside, or right out of heaven as well, onto that B site. And the chaos is just too much for Udatan to handle.
That's right. And in the long game, this might favor Team Secret. Just as that happens, though, Darren does pull out his own op as well, as he's been known to do.
Oh, the switch up.
The switch up. Whoa, Jeremy! What is this?
Oh, he still goes for it.
Ủa,
This is January
điên
Jeremy
mẹ.
right here.
Jamie điên mẹ.
That's what's up. He's holding the angle, and that's enough space being drawn away. Forces out a bit of a star as well. And Global Esports trying to explore other options now, not wanting to challenge January Jeremy.
Yeah, but they do know that he was pushed far back. So they might be able to, they just pull on that smoke over by B main, meaning that he's not going to have the information whether they crossed onto the pillar or not. So that's used just to draw a little bit more delay, so while they go onto the A site.
And with the Cosmic Divide as well, so added security.
Sao Team Secret nãy giờ không bao giờ phá cái thon của con ấy nhở?
They actually swing on through the Cosmic Divide with a bit of a flash. 2GE now goes for the sprays. What is that?
Nãy giờ Secret không phá cái thon của con Vice ấy, cứ để nó bắn ném ở backside ấy.
He's not quite able to make it happen. Just one kill for now. But has to fall back in with the bolt action. Bit of utility in his hands, but 20 seconds left and the spike not in his pockets. What's he gonna do? It's gonna be the save.
Yeah, you gotta save. I mean, sure, he had one of the best aces with an operator in 2024, but right now it's not looking likely. You committed to the attack operator. You do not want to let that investment slip away. And that allows Team Secret to start to catch back up. I love the just proactivity from Envy there to go for the pop flash. And the Cosmic Divide not quite being angled perfectly. Not sure if it was originally always meant to leave a gap there on that corner or not, but either way, you looked at the minimap and Udatan thought he had a chance, but his legs are still showing through. He has no vision, trying to hide away. And full flash, he can't survive. And what a spray transfer from 2GE.
Just the domino effect of everything. Tiny details in some of the positions. And thankfully, I've got you to break all of that down.
Tên này có ý nghĩa nhỉ?
What it all comes down to still
Tên này có nghĩa gì nhỉ?
is now how Team Secret might kind of claw their way back into the game. Global Esports now starting to run low on economy. We'll see if that op that they saved up does find value. Early shot from Jeremy down B long though.
And they know they pushed him back towards the far corner. He could still be back sight. So they'll still have to do a lot of fishing for the operator, but meanwhile, switch up. Just a standard switch from B to A to B, back and forth with the operator.
Ôi rồi ôi, ZOWIE.
So now Udotan spotting him out with a bit of a phantom spray.
Now, if you want to go, surely you just invest a little bit more utility, but otherwise, I don't mind them leaving because with the Silva being pushed out, that's less info util and that's art empty. It's a very fast re-clear though.
Yeah, just trying to think that someone will have to kind of refill that space so quickly. Going back in to clear out B, looking for that pinch through. Envy tries to slow them down with that fragment. 0 point just to confirm positioning as well. Maybe trying to spray through the smokes. He's been smoked off. Wild Oreo will be able to provide support from his angle.
Lộn như Envy.
But unfortunately, Envy does go down. So a lot more pressure onto Wild Oreo now.
Okay.
The angle as well. Unfortunately, whipping the shot. So going in, taking down Wild Oreo. That's pretty much the site secured for GE. 2 GE though. Trying to play around the Cosmic Divide, looking for some kind of a space, some kind of kill.
Save.
But yeah, you can't find too much. It's just too much oppressive utility now on the other side.
Yeah, the op now really just grabbing Team Secret by the ankles. They can't move forward. 2 of the most costly whiffs Jeremy might have had. Well, that's a whiff too, but that's not too costly. Chris still gonna be just fine with that one, but the 2 whiffs, it causes Wild Oreo to have to just check way too many angles back sight. And that's what befouls the Killjoy in the back sight, and that's the sight open. And then Jeremy, if he had gotten 1 more kill, maybe you have a shot at going for it. But either way, it's tough with the operator in hand.
Yeah, it's a big map, right? You know, getting that read against Jesse Vash as well into his position. So unfortunately, that's how the round plays out. Can you just imagine if like Crystal whiffs the shot onto the dart? He's like, oh no, I'm so bad.
Yeah.
No.
He just starts grasping at his hair. He's like, oh no, what have I done?
Plucks out his eyebrows. And then the game all goes downhill from there. Nah, it's not gonna happen. Crystal's on point.
Secret D.
So is Darian now.
Just Vash does have that Hunter's Fury. He's only 2 kills away from his 1000th kill here in the VCT Pacific. Ooh. We had SugarZero reach that yesterday. See if he can reach the same milestone. He's good for a lot of kills with that ultimate.
You know, I want to say, like, surely he gets 2 kills, but then I remember there was the
Oh, yeah, we don't want to talk about that one.
He gave away the Pulsar mouse, but still, back into it, and it's Jeremy on with
Vãi lồn mày mà. Đéo dash luôn, xong. Đéo dash luôn. Jeremy vãi lồn à.
So still trying to keep Team Secret alive in this round.
Listen, I do think that was a bit too far ahead of your team, but Udotan has no fear. As when he knows he has a kill, his movement, it's good. He's fast. He's just in your face before you know it.
No, Udotan living up to that name.
Once again, that goes right for the kill. That means the map is down. So now you can put a lot more pressure on these long ranges. You still have
Vãi lồn ạ, có những lúc mình cũng không cần phải thép đến thế đâu. Úi rồi.
What an angle.
And the rest of the Team Secret.
Hai off nãy giờ bắn nhau hình như đéo chết ai hay sao ấy.
Solid drone just trying to clear out, not spotting too much. Global Esports might have a bit of an opportunity to rotate if they want, but straight into the B side they go. Hunter's Fury sent out by Jesse Vash. Little bit of a connection, not a kill, so the spike does go down.
Yeah, 2 tags though, so nice attempt at a spray there from Wild Oreo. See if you could get a sneaky kill through the smoke. It's not going to happen. Now it's a crossfire setup, 2 and 2, 2 in back sight. Their job is going to be to just draw as much aggro. Op missing.
So managing to get a little bit of space off of that. That's the second connection now. Darren managing to collect onto it. Crystal managing to still hold on towards Halls as well. And all that's left is Envy trying to inch forward, trying to at least get onto the
Pháp vừa rồi mình nghĩ là lỗi đến từ vị trí của Tugi. Tại vì Tugi smoke sớm quá. Thì lúc mọi người bắt đầu retake ra ấy, không còn smoke. Thằng Darion đứng đây là ngắm một đường sang luôn. Làm sao vào được? Mình nghĩ pha vừa rồi là pha hơi lỗi đến từ vị trí của Tugi. Rồi xong giờ game này đến lượt Jesse Vash với cả Envy thọt. Xong rồi. Bye bye Secret. GE win. Như mình đã dự đoán từ đầu. GE thắng. Từ hôm qua luôn. Với momentum này thì khó cho GE thua lắm. Lại còn có 2 Sentinel nữa, khó thua lắm. Vẫn ở Hàn thôi.
To make that happen here in this first match.
That's absolutely true. We shall see if they can find that transformation with just one timeout in this round. It's not going to be easy. I mean, maybe for the next upcoming rounds too, given their economy right now for Team Secret. But definitely needing to change up some of their positions now. Back in towards the B site, you know, 3 stack. But given the fact that it's a bit of an eco, GE just being able to barrel through.
I'm waiting for that peek out as well. Oh, right there, in between the legs.
Okay. Bit of a nothing found moment, but at the very least spotting things out. So that should still be information.
Yeah, no, this is really good from Secret, right? Because they already pushed past Club. They didn't get any deaths there, so they imagine GE either has to spend a lot of time re-clearing that, or it's just going to be an A hit. The backup's already arrived.
Straight in. Stinger kill out from 2GE, but the rifles spray on through. Up forward with the shorty now. He has looking for a kill to dug up, but 2GE swings out. A bit of a double kill. Not too bad. All that's left is Jesse Vash. Spike still pretty much secured. Jesse Vash, though, with the recon, manages to secure a rifle for himself. Spotted out by the drone, and now tries to play around his cover. But with 2 players on the other side, Crystal so close, he's able to shut him down.
Just too rushed and getting spotted by that recon right as you arrive. That's unfortunate, really. Just good awareness, if anything, from GE. You know, GE, they get a little bit over aggro at times, I will just say, from a very objective standpoint. However, they don't ever lose sight of how they need to do it. They don't ever lose sight of, do we have the number advantage or not? They only go over aggro when they know they have the number advantage and they have faith in their own trading. So while it looks a little dicey, hey, at the end of the day, you get the round win, you get the round win.
And still being able to buy up on the next round, so it's all good. Still keeping on to that op as well. So now
GE nhiều tiền quá, 6 điều khó lắm.
from Crystal alongside Darren into
Giỏi nhất mà Secret làm được bây giờ có lẽ là 48. GE nhiều tiền thế kia cơ mà.
The other side of the map though, Jesse Vash trying to play on towards Connector now. Just to hold off Art. Spots out a little.
So you heard 2 people firing there in Art. That's some information. You spot 2 again. Not quite sure about if there's a third or not, but that is a lot of pressure put onto A side, and GE, surely they start working towards B, but this is a new setup. The Nano Swarm ready to stop any push out of B Link.
Just trying to control and block out those mid options for GE, or at least force them to spend some utility to clear it.
Well, a little late on that sinking there with the gravity well, so not able to get any damage done onto the GE members.
That's then that should be used to inform some of their decisions, but Team Secret right now still not being able to commit too much. It's all down to the 2 players who are pretty much pinned in behind Hall, so no information for them, and they're feeling the pressure. Udotan will be able to push up forward. Jesse Vash with the off angle, at least to secure 1, but ultimately space gained by GE, and that's the sight.
The
last 2 players from Team Secret now forced to tuck tail and turn away.
Yeah, sure, Jesse gets his 1000th kill, but at what cost? Not able to secure the site. A bit unfortunate, and GE, this time, they know that they've got people trapped in backside. That's the only place they don't have information. They know they have a pinch coming in from B-Link, so they actually just never push backside. Yes, they left the angle open to Jesse over by Spawn, and I do think that, you know, cost them that death, but at the end of the day, they wait until the peaks come out from B-Hall in that back of the site. And that's really, really good restraint from GE on this attack. I mean, Team Secret was so impressive in that first map, but once that 313 was out of the way, GE, they look better and better each round.
Without a doubt. You just see it in these moments, right? Getting a read for Jesse Vash's position earlier on. They tried to go for the same play, but then feeling a bit of that resistance and then going back on through. They dealt with the nano swarms. They managed to push into the site, but also suffocating the 2 lone players who are stuck inside of halls. That made so much difference into the hit.
Oh, 3 theaters rented out there. It might pay dividends today for GE.
Right then.
Long time coming. A lot of fans just waiting to have this excitement. All fresh players. Of course, Darian coming in at the beginning of the year as a bit of a VCT Pacific veteran himself, but not much time himself, just last year as his debut.
Yeah, I should just like pop off and rip off their shirts. Like the graphic that we had earlier on in pre-show.
It just shows that they're all super jacked.
Yeah, we built this house from the ground up.
Hunter's Fury online for Crystal. Another bit of a power play. You do have that lockdown, but I wouldn't mind if they use Hunter's Fury to enter and then they have a lurk to make sure that they can get some value against that lockdown. Just get that snowball going as much as you can when you have it.
9 round, 2 ulti Killjoy.
Khó thở.
Ơ kìa, mày ơi, đéo có khái niệm bắn cái thon à?
Poppy on for the lurk instead. So Team Secret will respect it all. Maybe using their own lockdown for a bit of a counter play.
Rồi.
They don't quite have the gun. Still able to push up though. Waldorio in with a sheriff shot.
Despite not plan it either.
An earlier kill from the utility because of it, I think.
30 seconds
So
left.
now the lockdown, the defending lockdown comes in, and GE has to respect and play all the way back.
You go for the sprint to A.
Okay.
I don't know if you can make it. It is a long map. Cutting through mid. You should be able to. I love Poppy keeping them at base so they can't peek out. 13 seconds.
Thắng được nha, có tham.
Just to continue to sound out that op shot, keep them at bay as well. So Spike will go down now, and there's a bit of timing with the position from Poppy. She might be able to read it.
ZOWIE chờ.
You saw him. You saw him and be
Đẹp rồi.
Poppy now step, but he just needs to buy time.
Okay.
Not enough bot.
Just a little more time. Just
Cuối cùng cũng có mạng off. Let's fucking go.
Not quite a collat, but still at least 1 kill. Goes for the next. Looking to make it a 3rd, but Jeremy has his own op as well and takes him out just right. 7-3, Team Secret will punch back against GE.
Secret trying to keep this competitive, trying to keep that window open for a 5-7 half. Wouldn't be so bad. And that is just really, really solid patience. Okay, he was just in B link. We don't want to rush through this. JessieVash stops right before he's able to turn that corner. Catch sight of him. Great shock dart as well. I mean, this was just a classic Secret round, right? JessieVash holding way back. The shock dart comes out, gets the kill onto the plant, and then you're able to hold them off.
Still a really successful one, given the fact that they didn't have all too much at the beginning of the round. So as we near the end of the first half now, this is a Team Secret that can afford a whole lot more. And now trying to get a little bit proactive with the information. Early dart in towards A main.
Fast, secure of main eventually, though. Oof. Very aggressive shock dart coming out.
Retake
way back. Some of that Hunter's Fury, and if Kelly's gets the plan, he'll have the Steel Garden as well. That could really mess up the timing on the retakes, right? You hear the util coming in, you launch it, and suddenly they just don't have the weaponry. He's gonna actually just launch his first. Goes for the orb. They like to really save this Hunter's Fury for the post plant, but I'd love to send it no matter what this time just to secure the round win.
All this happening though, Jeremy's slowly inching up just to clear a club, and this should also be a lot of information for Team Secret, so they can avoid the Steel Garden entirely. But there's the Hunter's Fury.
Yeah, just using double up. You push them back. Now you have better ideas of where they're running away to. I don't mind it, but they're still stopped. Spike eventually gets planted.
All right. So a bit of a trade so far, but Waldorio will keep things competitive, tries to get away. Poppy stays ahead of it, pushes through his own smoke, and now looking for the kill against 2GE, in with the shorty, but 2G still manages to get away with at least 1. 2 players left from Team Secret, and JessieVash stuck inside of Art. He was trying to go for that chase, just to keep them away from the spike. Jeremy now swapped over onto a rifle, looking to stick, or at least go for the tap. Draws out 1 player from GE. Now Poppy trying to stay alive. JessieVash coming in with the additional reinforcements on his Crystal. Gets
Anh già bắn kìa.
but
Hết tham
Poppy
rồi.
with 1 tap onto Jeremy. Has the advantage of the spike, but a little bit of movement and accuracy. Now comes back for a second one. Gets down JessieVash once again. The new face of the Philippines. ends the first half almost 8-3.
I mean, this is almost poetic. Poppy getting those 2 clutches against Jesse Vash. It's almost like he's trying to send a message out here.
I got overexcited.
Yeah, 12-4 and 7,
Oh,
but I mean, this was Jesse plays as best as he could once they were down in numbers. And this moment right here, we're seeing this so much from GE. It's just a very PaperX thing to do. W Gaming, you just press them with numbers, right? It doesn't matter if it's close quarters, whatever. We will come out on top because we've got so many bodies. They just throw their bodies in the way to get
Sao?
gets the pick on Jeremy.
Click that might have been a collat, but absolutely right. Udotan just
Hóa ra map 1 thắng là tai nạn.
even with Jeremy's newfound confidence, and breaks it all apart. A lot more space in Florida now. So far, though, the plan has been for GE to kind of take space around Art and then maybe come back in through the connector for that B split. Hence, Team Secret having 3 players to hold off this ground.
Ooh, Hunter's Fury being used
Hả?
just for some information.
Thật luôn.
You can get a tag maybe, but not finding anything in mid.
Phải lồn đứng giữa đường của Doughty không bắn.
You've gotten any tags. Maybe you push them away from mid. Maybe you know exactly how many there are, but now it's a bit of a back to square one. So Team Secret, they just have to accept the fact that they have a buffer here. Jesse Vash, though, not in a position to run away.
Yeah, you have to recon.
Oh, he needs to check and then be ready to run because they've gone for a stack on B, the drone.
Okay.
That's a lot of footsteps, Jesse.
Run.
Jesse, he wants 1 kill. He knows he can't just run away. He gets 1.
Wow. Goes for the
Wow.
Jesse! A
Wow.
He sprays and goes them all.
What?
The old man ain't done yet.
Switching sides.
The judgment call and the aim to boot.
On my impact. Don't give them time to reposition.
He knew running away he would just get gunned down. And I thought maybe get 1 kill back off. They'll have to re-clear you. No. He stands his ground. Slices up the... Oh, he's ready. That 3rd kill onto Kelly S is ridiculous. Oh my god.
Shrugs it off his shoulder.
Doesn't even bat an eye.
I've done this before. I've done this a million times.
Dự đoán 84 thật. Let's go.
Today too, I mean, Pacific is firing on every single match we've had so far, truly delivering after the whole weight of the offseason.
Like, boom, challenging T1. It's crazy. It's Pacific.
Oh.
And everyone's rising together. Now on to the next second half. Team Secret slowly stacking up towards B. They've left a spike though. So just trying to maybe bait out some utility.
Trying to get whatever they can on B, right? And ideally, getting that shear to activate. With that smoke as well. I think that almost makes it easier. Yeah, for GE to just go for that shear trap. And he gets out. And during that, they're hoping if you push out a mid, we'll get that pick. But right now, no movement from GE.
Yeah, B-Link smoked off as well.
Here it comes, though.
Oh,
You know it's smoked off, so they expect something out here mid.
that's the players invested, but it's a collat for Envy. No, it works out against them. Kelly S, though, will be able to hold from the other side. So back to square one, 3-on-3. But again, that sheer wall baited out just gives so much value to Team Secret. They can then rotate all the way over into A site. Got to deal with the early killjoy utility, which also does delay. So
Cung giá con mẹ ngoài map rồi.
GE doing great so far in the reads.
Yeah, they are able to push out the Killjoy as well, so Darian just gonna have to respect that space. Kelly's already here though. Gets some Taz onto Jeremy. Jesse Vash.
Cái lồn gì vậy hả Jeremy ơi?
I don't know if you expect that. 2G just has to stay alive. Oh, Jesse! Gets traded 1-for-1. And 2G gets taken down by Kelly S. And GE continues to roar in the second half.
Just trying to play for that position in towards Flower, right? But unfortunately with the Classic, you know, starting things off fresh on a second half, a little bit of a whiff, not quite finding the dinks that he needed, and at the same time just not quite having the players towards the end of it as well. So that's GE now so far today. I mean, I think this is 4 pistol rounds out of the 6 on the 3 maps.
Lồn.
See if they can continue that. 4 people in Region Armor this time around. Oh, 3, there we go. Wow. That seems to be the go-to for them. That seems to be the econ they want to go with in the current meta. The Outlaw, fan favorite now in these anti-ecos.
Jesse Vash trying to fight back with a bit of a Marshall too, though, so see what they can do. Just play around that B position.
Unless Jesse Vash is going to try to peek out and get a 1v1 duel, I'm not buying into this Marshall though, right? Because at the end of the day, if that shear wall is still set up on B, unless you push up, you're not really getting any value.
So just kind of holding in case maybe they push out. Early A presence from Team Secret to bait more, you know, plays from GE, but not too much found. It is pistols. There's that push out, but unfortunately falls to, of course falls to the Outlaw.
Yeah, and that's Yudotan just feeling comfy. Then he's going to switch position as well because they still have so much delay, and Kellyus even gets a pick on B Link. I mean, the map now currently just blind for Team Secret. They don't have any control. It is their eco, but I do wonder if even after the buy round, if they go for the same things. Oh, hold that thought.
It's just not going to work out. Team Secret just kind of walking blindly, barreling through.
Flawless.
Được rồi.
13 năm.
Alright, so on this buy round,
Căng lắm 13-6. Hết rồi.
Try to bait out a push out again, because here's the thing, you're playing against a double sentinel. Unless you cleared out all of their util in the first 40 seconds, they have no reason to push out. They have so many ways to delay you. So thinking that you can push B or you can push A and then they'll surely peek out because this map is so big. Yes, the map is big, but again, they're playing double sentinel. You have to be cognizant of that fact. And it's a Vice and then a Killjoy. I mean, they can just sit on their butts the whole entire round if you don't show yourselves.
Max delay. Set up a couch, get some snacks. Just wait for opponents to push through. You already have those traps, but now a little bit of a swing out from Art. Poppy will be able to walk away with a kill.
And the regen once again getting some value. This time, obviously, on that bonus, so trying to get ahead of things, but they're not trying to take that space. They just want to do some damage, which they would have done.
Oh, but now walking through,
Jeremy.
Sheer wall.
Jeremy all alone. They know he stepped on it.
Cloud first, but there it is. They managed to hop onto the sheer wall to try to provide him with support, though, but now full commitment into the site.
Oh, Kelly, yes.
GE, yeah, just still holding out from dugout. They have the angles, everything all locked down and key, and it's just Envy. Picks up the spike, maybe trying to go back through Art, but back in towards Flowers and spots out Udotan, not quite able to go in for the kill. Down to the Outlaw, and that's GE. Onto this last map, they start things off in the second half 11-4.
I mean, you're in danger of giving up match point to Global Esports right now. Team Secret, you gotta pull out all the stops. I mean, this time they were pretty committed after they take that first fall, but they lost their controller, which meant, yeah, they had to commit. And Kelly, yes, yeah, you roar like that when you have such a good setup. He had the shear wall, and then you had an angle where you could spam through. If you hear them go onto the Razor Vine, you know exactly where they're going to be. A great setup on that A site.
And pulling out all the stops means that you're gonna have to somewhat force by or half buy for this round, where you're staring
Game
at
là tai nạn.
potential match and series point for GE.
Okay, so they recognize the setups have always been on main, so you're gonna try to go through Art. But it's a double setup. A crossfire. GE is so ahead of things. Oh, okay. January Jeremy, he's got the triple! Off to the sheriff!
Để làm
How
gì?
does he do it?
Để làm gì?
Love the confidence coming out from the entire team. I mean, Jeremy
Tất
goes
cả những cái này để làm
he
gì?
doesn't even have the backup trades coming out.
Khi mà địch đã chạm 11.
Now Now position well held. GE, they have nothing to lose. They'll go for whatever damage they can. I'd almost actually be impressed if they just don't do anything and wait for exits, because quite frankly, that would be a lot of restraint here. Oh, okay. You take that win. ZOWIE, yeah, getting one more. Uh-oh. I mean, here's the thing. Team Secret, they've got a long way to go. Yeah, they didn't all buy, but you gotta watch out when you're giving these ults. Yes, you're closer to your ults, but G really just needs that one round to get to match point.
That's all it is. Needing to stretch and extend whatever they've got.
Thua luôn round tiếp theo bây giờ này. 13 năm hết bài.
Oh my god. Just anticipating the potential setups, the potential holds. Jeremy able to secure and collect onto those kills. Just means so much for the experienced team. Off to the next rounds now, trying to build up on towards those ultimates.
Derek à?
So look at
biết luôn.
this setup from GE. Now stars across all lanes just for some extra delay. You scouted for that recon early on. It's not a rush through mid, so you feel a bit safer. Both sides on the map, both mains, A main and B main, you've got that sure wall, you've got the alarm bot. So you have a lot of ways to delay the main force, and then it's a bit of a chaotic fight in Art, in B-Link. B-Link being watched by the turret as well. So again, the only thing you're concerned about is going to be a push through Art, once again cleared with the drone. So still at a minute mark. That space not taken by Secret.
Being able to read all of it too. GE are very prepared, and if it is a chaotic fight, Steelguard and at the ready to bring some order to that chaos. TS.
Oh, that's even better for Team Secret. Yeah, that's a good pick from Jeremy. He's coming back online once again. 12 kills on this map. But what they just did was they drew attention on B-Link by taking out the turret. Then they were ready to go for a pinch onto A. So even if the sheer wall comes out, you're able to provide support. But now that you have a kill, you might as well wait and all go through.
That's what it is. I mean, the Vise is down too, more critically. And that should give them the sight. But WOOTING trying to play in for a potential push out with the shorty. GE though. Ooh, looking for the stick, just gets it. Down to half HP, and he has to back off. Now WOOTING back into the op, and he's looking to deny them from peeking out. Jesse Vash can pin down around the site while the rest of his team holds out from Art.
All right, Jesse just gonna try to, oh, a nice crack position from Jeremy. Up top.
Pop flashed by NV2.
Yeah, and that's got to be the save coming in. WOOTING's been spotted as well. Poppy, he'll get to his name, but that does put Jesse away from the Huntress Fury, I believe. So, Team Secret, they're getting closer to really trying to tie things up. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, whoa. Everybody thought the same thing. Even the Korean casters says, whoa. Everybody was saying it.
We're getting glimpses of everything. That's just how close and tight this entire match feels.
Game này bảo tay to nhất khó lắm em ạ. Khó chọn là tay to nhất lắm.
Team Secret still able to fight back. Just some movements across the map, like you mentioned, right? Baiting out the turret, but also the minute and precise movements from Jeremy right now.
I need a weapon.
And that's the big one, right? Getting those one taps, getting those first kills. It's starting to mean a lot for Team Secret. And he does not look faltered just yet, leading the scoreboard for his team.
Khó mà cầm game này em ạ.
Nghe thật. Fish for info over by the A side. A good tag on the 0 point. Okay, denying the orb away from Jesse. Or even 2GE.
And then backing off. The job's done, and already getting a little bit of information off of that as well. They knew that that was Team Secret's intention. So forcing them to re-clear with some mags. Well, the rest of the map stays pretty much dark and quiet.
So on the A site, the change-up from GE, looking like they're ready to just make sure they can have a retake through the Art side, right? You've got the shear to make sure that you block off any sort of pinch, but then you still have the arc rows to check for info in that zone if you need. But Team Secret, I don't know if they have a hard read on it, but once again, they're just saying, hey, we don't see the shear over on the A side. They'll just clear for any Razor Vines, and they start to walk in.
Slowly, surely. And it's Jeremy to lead the charge once again. Going back into Cloud Arc, but it's a bit of a bait setup. GE comes back into re-clear and takes down Jeremy. While they're at the trade off of the push from Art, though, now that gives Team Secret a little bit more space. Maybe looking for it, but not quite clear enough to get the spike down. They're back in towards
Hit.
Heart. Poppy just holding off from the other side. If they do continue to push out, Crystal has the angle as well. Managing to right-click onto that Guardian. Zooms in, scopes in,
Hit.
secures match point for Global Esports.
Match point for GE. Fans across the globe cheering right now when they've been waiting for a moment to be back in the spotlight. And they're looking good. Team Secret, they try to gather themselves in the second half, but now they have a very, very long way to go. 6 rounds in a row needed for overtime.
Crystal trước bắn bên Trung Quốc, Nhật Bản xong rồi Trung Quốc. Hết rồi. Okay. Nốt còn một round là xong rồi.
On, because that just means one part of the map will always have 100% information. And I wonder
Chui vào xong lại đòi ra.
now is going to be to try to push fast into 1 or 2 lanes right at the beginning, so you know exactly what you want to do.
Giải tổ chức ở Seoul, Hàn Quốc.
It seems like a risk when you're already giving up match point to the enemies.
Definitely. They do have the ultimates to try to make it work. But
Có
then
gì?
you're thinking about
Máy ảnh á?
the rest
Có
of
trong đấy á?
the map. So for now, just kind of back to that early aiming contention again. GE not making it easy for them whatsoever. Udotan pushing up B long with that op as well.
Bladestorm online, it's got to be a Jeremy
Ở
round.
Hà Nội tự nhiên lại ấm áp anh ạ.
Otherwise, Secret going to be knocked down.
Thất thường à?
Lower bracket here in kickoff 2025.
All in or nothing. Early Thorns being activated. So now they're looking out for Kelly S. Spotting him out with the drone.
Oh no. That's the controller down again.
No smoke.
Pushed all the way up into club. And now look at the switch up. They send the op back so he can find a new position. Meanwhile, it's going to be Darion holding that position. So if you get to A site late, that's an operator waiting for you. Oh no, Wild Oreo. They're starting to break down.
Looking for Kelly S, but oh, goes down apart. Jeremy not finding the right click either. Dash straight into him. Envy trying to scavenge as much as possible. Has the spike alongside Jesse Vash. A little bit separated from each other, but
30 seconds left.
needing to push on through into the site. It's already heavily reinforced.
I mean, this has to take a miracle. Envy has to take some incredible 1v1s right now. Yes, Jesse is here, but the angles are tough.
Whoa, still low. Yeah, just not quite going to work out. The grab
Hết rồi.
way too much. Jesse Vash trying to pull a miracle out.
13-7, 13-6.
To seal the deal, sending Team Secret down.
Đúng vào trận đấu này đéo ai xem luôn, đéo có khán giả luôn. Thôi nghỉ anh em ơi. Tối về bắn rank. Bye bye anh em.